All right, welcome back to the RPG Saloon presents Heavy is the Crown, our V5 game. And I think we're just gonna start off with some quick character introductions. We'll start off on my left. Silas, who are you?
Uh, Damn, that's like the hardest question ever. Silas is Silas. He is just a big old Southern boy who just happened to come to Chicago for various, reasons that may or may not involve giant things that eat your face.
Okay. I mean, that sounds like any number of things, really. But okay. Who is Samuel?
Samuel is the Nosferatu detective of the group. As he was in life, he is in undeath.
Except a lot uglier.
A lot uglier, yes.
A lot uglier. Okay, we're good there.
Ooh.
Who is Valerie?
Well, her concept is written out as blood scientist turned blood magician, which really is Valerie in a nutshell. She was a biochemist in life, and in death has turned to the more mystical side of blood studying.
Little more blood, yes. Okay. Who is Yvette?
Yvette is our Ventru socialite. She is trying to be the Regina George of Chicago, but since she's still pretty new to the town, she's still pretty low on the pecking order and is trying to work her way up as best she can.
Works for me. And you have managed to give a lot of people the Regina George eye so far, so we're doing okay.
Oh, thank you.
Okay, how about Becker?
Becker is... He's very, very new to being a vampire, and he's very, very new to being not the good guy. In life, he was a good soldier, Eagle Scout, altar boy, born and raised in Chicago, and just had it drilled into his head for his whole life long that he was one of the good guys. Now he's pretty sure he's not, and that doesn't really jive.
Okay. One last introduction. Who is Steven?
Is a big, muscular dude who was injured in Vietnam and came back, got in protests against the war, and got turned back then, and has been pretty much just a bodyguard for various vampires or humans in the time since.
Well, all right then. One moment here. One last thing. Yeah, okay. Okay, awesome. That'll work. So, introductions out of the way. Can I count on the scribe? Do you remember what we did last?
I'm not doing that this session, I'm afraid.
Do you remember what happened?
I do, but I don't feel like it this time.
Okay.
It's been a long day.
All right, man.
That's fair.
No problem. Who remembers what happened last time?
Wait, sorry.
Does
That was just
anyone?
me.
Bueller?
I'm sorry?
No. No one remembers.
Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. My mic was on mute. I apologize.
Okay.
I was kind of surprised.
I was like, does anyone remember at all what happened?
I sincerely apologize. Okay, so we were all in our briefing room at Elysium, and we were kind of jee-hawing about what our next steps were and what the plan was going to be. Dr. Fox took the initiative, picked up the phone, got in touch with a contact, and the rest of us kind of batted around options for how are we going to find Al Capone, because the primary mission is that we have to kill, like, Al Capone the vampire, for real, final death stuff. So, we agreed, we kind of split up into different Oh my word, who is blowing the nose? Get you a tissue.
Don't know who that was, but all right then. Somebody.
I blame Evie.
Yeah, I blame the cat. We'll blame the cat. It's fine.
Okay, so we all kind of split up into different teams to try and tackle different potential leads on where Al Capone might be. So Becca and Silas went one way to like the warehouse areas on the lake and ended up at a soup kitchen.
A corporate
Samuel
run
went.
kitchen. A for-profit soup kitchen?
Question mark?
Question mark? Exactly. Samuel went to go talk with his Nosferatu contacts. Dr. Fox went back to her Bloodmobile. Steven is getting us all burner phones, and we're all going to reconvene at his haven on Tuesday.
Well,
And-
not all of us. Fran,
Oh?
I can't talk on the phone.
Not everybody gets a phone.
Uh-oh. Oh!
Yeah.
I was like, what do you mean you're not going to be at the haven? You don't get a phone.
No.
That's right. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no phone for the Lasombra. For some reason, they don't like them. Or phones don't like them. I'm not sure which, but it's fine.
And then Yvette went to go check out a restaurant in Little Italy. And I skimmed over kind of a lot of the details, but I think that's kind of the big
That's the over.
brush
That's
strokes
the.
of it.
It is. So I think we will begin on Tuesday, so to speak, unless someone has something they want to specifically accomplish over the weekend. As in, if you've done what you want to do, awesome.
The only thing I need to do is get a snack. If you want to just hand wave that, I don't know.
Yeah. So very first thing we'll do is everyone give me a rouse check to start the session off.
No.
Hey, I'm seeing successes across the board. Oh.
Stop. I told heck.
Okay. -2. Successes except for 2 of you.
I rolled twice. Sorry.
It's fine.
Why is hunger
Can
4?
we
Yeah.
undo that? There we go.
Yeah, it's fine. So it's going to have taken place over a couple days. You'll have time to get rid of a couple of that hunger. If you can be, we'll put you at hunger 2 because this is going to be over like a weekend.
Okay.
So,
I can dig it.
and Valerie, you live in a bloodmobile,
Yep, I'm good.
so you can totally take care of some of that hunger if you like. That's not a problem.
Nom.
Yep, you can just eat that plastic, or not plastic, but the
Well,
stuff in the
yeah.
plastic.
just shove it in my face.
Nom, 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 nom. But okay, so Tuesday rolls around, and everybody's, you're feeling pretty good. Not too hungry. The plan was to meet at Steven's apartment. You all have an address. Those of you who have phones can find your way. Those of you who don't have phones, I'm going to assume Becker knows the location, or the town well enough that it really doesn't matter that much.
Yeah, he can hop on the CTA, make the little like boopy thing break as he goes through it, have some poor angry lady be just like, oh god damn it, I broke again last week.
Oh my god, why does it keep breaking all the time? Anyway, what are you gonna do, cities? So let's open up with Steven. So Steven, you have a set of 5 phones, burners for everybody but the Lasombra, and you're expecting guests really anytime. Is there any kind of prep you're gonna make?
I am going to have alcoholic beverages for the one that I know actually drinks them, but other than that, we'll just have my apartment prepared for guests. Have a table set up and some nice dim lighting to not mess with people who don't like their faces seen. So
Okay, nice. He's talking about of the Nosferatu. Okay. So we could mess with who gets there when and where, but eventually everyone ends up at his apartment.
Okay.
I'm assuming, Chris, you have some kind of seating arrangement. I'm not sure what your place looks like. Do you have
yeah, I'm just gonna have a table, and as people come in, I'm gonna point them to it and let them figure out who they want to sit by.
Okay. So you do. And everyone ends up in a chair somewhere, I'm going to assume, unless you wish to keep standing. That's totally up to you. Yes, Chris?
They are comfy chairs.
Oh. That will help herself to a chair if there is like a singular chair. She's going to go for that first. She would prefer not to share a couch or a sectional or something like that.
No, they're all nice chairs around the table.
Oh,
Nice
all right.
cozy ones.
Okay.
We'll discreetly offer Yvette an alcoholic pink beverage, since I saw her drinking those last time, to see if she would
Okay,
like
so
one.
what does Steven consider an acceptable alcoholic beverage? Like a blue ribbon, like a Budweiser?
No, like
Ouch, there's some...
a nice, an expensive pink fruity drink.
Oh, one of those skinny girl margaritas in a can, please.
Oh, man. This is nice.
You got it.
This is a fancy,
Yeah,
fancy shindig we've got going on here.
Only the finest. Yeah, she'll kind of like raise her eyebrow in like kind of surprise and vague appreciation that you would be considerate enough to do something like that, and she will take it and say, "Thank you."
You are welcome.
And I am envisioning it's kind of like you're at a party and you vaguely know the people you're at the party with, but you're not really buds. You're just kind of there. So it's that really uncomfortable, like, oh God, how do we start this? What do we do? Kind of thing.
My worst nightmare.
I know,
I'm
right?
gonna-
Me in real life.
No, I know.
not just-
I suspected as much.
Yep.
Once
100%.
everybody's got a seat or place to stand or whatever around the table, I'm gonna pass the phones out. Say, I've got a burner for you. I've got an alias for each of you in the phones. You should easily be able to identify who is who. And let's get started with whatever anybody has found out about where Al Capone is.
Let me scroll through the chat so I can remember what you gave everybody's nicknames for. I know you
Were those the
trusted
actual nicknames, or were you just messing around?
Oh god.
Yes, that's what I actually put.
the
Okay.
hillbilly, the talkative one, the old guy, the food delivery doctor, and the muscle. That's
I'm
what they
sorry.
are.
I did not approve of that to be canon.
Oh, no.
It doesn't matter. He already did it.
That's what I put in the phones. That's
what he
that's
put
what
in
they
for
say.
us.
I will let you change that or whatever. But these are the they're not super expensive, but they're nice. They're smartphones. They'll do the job. They'll let you use Google Maps, whatever, and they've got each other's numbers saved along with some random other numbers to make it look like a normal phone if it falls into the wrong hands.
All right. That kind of takes it and flips through it and tests it out, bops a few buttons, and kind of, gives it a satisfactory nod. Says, "That's very considerate of you. Thank you, Mr. Stephen."
You're welcome.
So, what has everyone found out? I've only run into dead ends, I'm afraid.
Well,
You never told me, Paul, what the network found for me on Eddie Wu at the Green Mill.
Oh, you're right. We never did have that conversation. Well, that's a fail as a GM. That's my bad. You are going to have found out that he resides in various places, more or less outside of Chicago. That Prince already told you that. But that in his stead at the Green Mill is his girlfriend and the functional leader of this part of the Capone gang. Her name, if you're ready, is Lily DeAngelis. Your contacts would have also found out that Wu has been being chased down by various agents of the Prince for some time, and he has been very adept at staying out of their clutches, much to their chagrin. The sheriff is fairly upset about not having been able to chase down one guy when they know his name. If there's anything else you want to know, we can try and figure that out. That's the initial blush, anyway.
Interesting. So he always seems to stay one step ahead of them.
Yes.
Somehow.
Yes.
Intriguing.
So, we've been brought in as people who are not connected with the usual groups of people.
So they obviously suspect they've got a mole somewhere. That makes a lot more sense.
Okay, so out of character then, that information that you just told, so only Samuel knows that. Samuel hasn't told the group, is that correct?
No, not yet.
Okay,
Yes.
cool. Just making sure.
Yep.
So, yeah, Yvette has said that the only thing she's come up across is like a dead end. And she went to go check out like an Italian restaurant that Al Capone supposedly had circulatory people delivered to, but it was like 20 years ago or 25 years ago or something like that.
Yeah, that's about right. Who else? We also had the Soup Kitchen gang. They showed up. They found some things. Or at least found out a thing.
we did find out a thing, but I don't know if it has to do with anything we're doing right now.
Well, we found out that their soup kitchen is probably a front. We found out that it's corporate run, which doesn't make any sense from a business standpoint. So it's almost assuredly some sort of front or some sort of... I'm going to guess that's where they're getting the humans for their human trafficking operation. You know, the kind of people that nobody would miss. And he kind of scare quotes that. I signed up to do some more volunteer work coming up, but I haven't gone in for those shifts yet. I'll try to keep an eye on anyone that, disappears one night.
I'm sorry, so just so I understand, a corporate-run soup kitchen that operates at night, are they providing midnight snacks for people?
Yep.
Seems to be your normal soup kitchen fare, mushy green beans. You can ask this guy over here. He had the stomach for it.
Oof,
Oh.
Don't remind me.
Oof. I'm sure that was a
Ugh.
taxing experience.
It was not the most pleasant, but it did lead me to believe, two fun things that I didn't expect from finding in there. One being, I didn't smell, blood, so they're not like cutting people up back there or anything. So that's nice. And
That girl just
everything.
Go ahead.
Yeah,
Sorry.
you're fine. It felt. I mean, at least as a front, it felt legit. I can't tell you anything more than that, just from what I've seen, though.
I arch a skeptical eyebrow at the "it felt legit," but don't say anything.
I get. Let me throw up. Let me throw up some of them. Their air quotes. Legit. How about that?
Okay,
Yeah.
Yvette nods along.
If it's affronted something that someone has spent time and money and probably bribes making sure.
Well, they say they're a non-profit. There's going to be paperwork to be able to track that for sure.
Good luck getting your hands on all that, though.
She kind of like looks into the distance and kind of like waffles her head back and forth, like, really though? I mean, maybe, probably, we could work something out, but doesn't confirm or deny one way or another.
I mean, a lot of the those kinds of things would be digital nowadays, and breaking into that it's not easy usually.
Well, there is that. You're right. I do admit. But one doesn't have to break into a computer system to get information on non-profits or corporate holdings.
True.
Well, I went into Little Italy to take a look at a restaurant, and unfortunately, it just didn't seem to hold any information. If Al Capone has been there, he hasn't been there in some time. The place is a tacky tourist nightmare. There's nothing authentic about it in the slightest. But I hinted at the manager that was on duty that I might be interested in throwing a party there, so I have a contact. I didn't want to be too overzealous, so I didn't bring him back with specifics, but if you'd like to be a little more heavy-handed, I can try and set up a fake party and see if we can't bribe the rat out of hiding, so to speak.
Oh, you want to invite a bunch of
Is he
Italian
actually
women?
going to want to have a party going on? Especially if he sniffs out that we're kindred.
Wait, Kara, what were you saying?
I just mumbled what you want to invite a bunch of Italian women.
Yes, yeah, actually she does.
Yeah. This is the beauty of mid '90s White Wolf. Yes, Italian women that Al Capone likes to eat. Yes.
Oof.
Well, yes. She just kind of like says like very matter-of-factly to everyone. So, I just ring him back and say that we just want to throw a little occasion party and that I, have some friends who are in from out of country and they're coming to Chicago and they just want to see if, the food compares to, what their, what their Nona would serve back home or whatever. Just something like that.
I'm gonna tell you no. Straight up. The answer is no. But
No, it would not.
it would not. But
Does
but
not
I do.
hold up.
But whatever. Okay, so that is certainly one option of ingress. Does anyone else have any ideas? You do know that Capone is definitely involved in the drug trade. You have his hideout, or rather his gang's, the business that his gang runs out of, or is reputed to. You have some information on at least a couple of the people who are there. I mean, you don't have that yet. Samuel hasn't given that, but
Yeah. But we did all hear the prince last time mention the green
Mill. Yep.
mill. Thank you.
Yep.
Yes.
And we all saw the really terrible picture of the front of the Green Mill. No offense to those who live in Chicago. Oh my God.
I think it looks fun.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, but it's true. Nobody checked that out yet.
That is a thing. So yeah, just sort of like reminding you of what you already know, and go as you will.
The only information I was able to acquire over the weekend is that Eddie Wu's girlfriend, a lady by the name of Lily Angelus? Is that
DeAngelis.
it? Angelus.
Yep, Lily DeAngelis.
She helps around the Green Mill. Could be a fun way to get to Eddie, I think.
Are we allowed to just start killing his lieutenants, or are they off? Because we could just kill our way up to him, and then like maybe he'd get scared and bolt.
Yvette looks horrified as soon as you're like, let's just start killing people and seeing if that fixes our problem.
Here we go, killing again.
Oh boy!
If he bolts, then we're in trouble because the prince wants him eliminated, not out of the area.
I mean, we wouldn't let him bolt far, obviously, just, enough to flush him out.
Oh, I would think having an extensive body count would be a little alarming. I think the prince wants us to accomplish this quietly and quickly. And
Can you
without...
define extensive?
Samuel starts to chuckle.
More than one, I think.
That sounds... That'll be difficult.
Oh, I'm sorry. Do you want to define extensive for me, please? What's extensive to you? What's an extensive body count for you?
That depends on the operation, but I mean, something like this, 75?
I was thinking around the ballpark of 10, but...
If that,
Really
spits
just
her
need to kill
skinny
the
girl
one, right?
margarita out. 75?
I mean, there's gonna be some... There's gonna be fallout. There's gonna be, whoopsie-doo.
Whoopsie doodles.
74 whoopsie doodles.
Give or take.
Finding ways to dispose of that many would be problematic in a city like this.
Yeah.
It'd be fine. Just light them up. What's the worst that could happen?
That is still shocked. Even the idea of 10 corpses in a pile, 10 piles of ash, even that is I didn't sign up for this. Oh wait,
I'm sorry. It might be less than that. We don't have the ordinance that I'm used to, so we don't have any Reaper drones. We don't have. So I mean, we could. I kind of look to the two other our military guys. Like they're 20, 30. Sound good.
The prince did say that you have the ability to request ordnance once you figure out what you need.
Mm-hmm.
What?
It depends on where Al Capone is. If it's we'll say a flammable building, it could be much easier to dispose of that many people.
That's true.
I mean, we can make any building flammable enough with enough, fuel.
I nod enthusiastically.
Yvette continues to look horrified, and she's actually going to, against her better judgment, she's going to try and plead with her eyes at Dr. Fox to just be like, please tell me you at least are on my side.
Believe it or not, Valerie has been kind of quiet throughout most of this, but she's not going to look horrified by this, but there will be a brief meeting of the eyes and a sort of allowance of yeah, I wasn't expecting to kill, 75 people.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you.
Well, I mean, that's not obviously the goal, but I mean, if there's gonna be collateral, obvious.
I feel as that would be the absolute worst case scenario.
Yes, if
we most likely wouldn't make ourselves out of that
If we're doing our jobs right, we just kill him, right?
I mean,
if there was
ideally.
that many people involved in Al Capone's business ventures, that the prince would know about it.
I think he does.
Most
I don't think we're
assuredly.
expected. I don't think this is a single extraction. If this guy's got this many lieutenants, he's also going to have, bodyguards. He's going to have people who will quite happily lay down their lives to protect their meal ticket, their investments, and their own indiscretions.
I would just like to volunteer the information that I'm pretty certain all I have to do is touch him, and I might have a way to incapacitate him. Just gonna throw that out there.
I scoot my chair away from Valerie.
A twist.
With a twist.
But I do need to be able to touch him. So it's not necessarily a case of having to fight our way through many, many people, but just catch him unawares. But we need to
Is
find him.
there? We need to know exactly what business he's in so that we can make a business venture with him.
Oh.
I
Okay.
mean, seems to like drugs and bodies, so drugs and bodies.
But
Well,
actually, we have to know the exact drugs and the exact places to raise the right questions.
I
Or we
think
can
we
just
should
get
just
him
start
to
looking
walk
for
at it.
drug dealers, find the ones that are vamps, and just start ganking them until something happens.
I nod enthusiastically at this plan.
hey, Yvette.
Or we
I mean, I feel like the police would be as adamantly opposed to us doing that, so we would probably not run into any problems with the humans.
It entirely depends on how much noise you make.
We would like to keep the noise to a minimum, please.
I would agree. You make
Thank
too much noise and people start to go missing.
We could just, I can just kill him if we can just flush him out onto a city street. I just need a good clean shot and I can get him from
That
quarter
would
mile
be the
away,
most-
no problem.
I got a crossbow, so that won't make a noise at all.
Oh,
Yeah, but it's not nearly as big, and you can't shoot
But
it
it doesn't need to
far
be
away.
big. It's just got to be, it's just got to hit.
I make a face.
Shoot someone to take them down, but
I just need to put my blood on his arm, but okay.
that's what the doctor has said. She said, just sputtering at the thought of what if we light him on fire? I could shoot him from a mile away. It's gonna be great.
I tell you what.
Okay. You know what?
All you have is a hammer.
Because I'm curious. Let's pretend we are able to get close enough to Mr. Al Capone there, and you do your little blood doodad.
Yes.
What happens then?
You run a stake through his heart.
Exactly. Yes.
Or we bag him and take him back to Jackson and let the priest torture him for whatever information and pleasure he can get out of the experience.
No, the prince does
Well-
not want that. The prince is not about that. The prince wants him dead, and he wants a photo, and that's it. And then we're done, and we get our domain, and we can all put our feet up and pat ourselves on the back.
I feel like that's what you are wanting there, if we're being honest with ourselves.
Yeah. I smile at Yvette in a very just like, sure, that's what he wants. We will definitely be completely absolved if we do it that way.
Well, so back to what my original line of thought was, no matter what we do, there's going to be bodies, because he's going to have people around him at all times.
if you take him out, obviously his bodyguards are gonna be pretty averse to that. But if we can get him to trust us in some way, then we can take him out without that sort of issue.
If we get him from
bodyguard, I can.
I'm not opposed to the blood idea. It's just a matter of we gotta know what exactly we're dealing with before we make an actual plan. We don't even know where the guy's at.
Exactly. We are lacking the proper information still.
Right. So let's go ahead and let's double down on our leads that we already have. So we have a front of a soup kitchen, and we have his second in command and his girlfriend, perhaps. Everything else so far seems to be a dead end. So let's move forward with those vectors and see if we can't come together and agree on a new action plan. Yes?
I think
looks-
looking for the second command might be the better call.
That would be my assumption as well.
I concur.
So that is at that hideous bar, grill, pizza place, cocktail lounge somewhere.
Greenwell.
Green Mountain.
Did anyone check that out over the weekend? I certainly didn't. I'm sorry, I was busy.
I did, I said. I was not there personally, but
Yeah. Okay. Do you think we should have some eyes on the ground and just kind of do some looking around, or should we just find this girlfriend and go talk to her? I can talk to her.
I think if you go talk to her, oh Jesus, I absorbed accent.
Ayo.
You're gonna end up raising more alarms than you'll end up assuaging. If you want to spy on her, that's fine. But if you're gonna go try to make friends to try and get her to turn on her chubby boy, I think you're gonna have problems.
I'm gonna say nothing about Yvette screams, "Hello, I excel at spying on people." So no.
You do have some people who would be pretty good at that. At least one person who would be fairly decent at, looking at someone who doesn't realize they're being watched.
Who in the group would be good at spooky espionage?
I'm going to say the wall of meat.
Oh, Steven, for sure. Yeah.
yes, 100%.
Very inconspicuous.
Nobody will even see him.
I am watching you! You have no idea!
I mean, if she's hanging out in the forest, I could do it, but you can kind of see me coming a mile away anywhere else.
Okay. I mean, I do like the idea of the gun bros being like, "Hey, let's watch you. Hey, what up? How you doing?"
Yep.
All right. So that is certainly a lead. Yes.
Yvette's gonna take another slug out of her delicious canned Skinny Girl margarita, and then put it back down on the table and kind of look at everyone all together and just be like, "Well, so next steps. What will our next steps be?" And we've already decided that our next steps are not going to be starting a house fire or leaving a body trail that's 75 people deep, right? Thank you.
You're right. That's step 3 or 4, yeah.
There's got to be a middle
discuss that
somewhere
one.
in the middle. Yeah.
While it would certainly not be ideal, I do think that you whatever.
Let's table the body count discussion for a later time. But I appreciate everyone's enthusiasm. She clearly does not appreciate it. But Mr. Silas, would you be able to tell me the name of that? The food soup kitchen incorporated that you went to? Can you and she pulls out like a piece of paper and she's gonna write it down.
Hunger Solutions.
Silas totally can. Austin's spacing on it.
It's fine.
Okay. Yes.
Hunger Solutions or something
It's
like
Hunger Solved Incorporated.
Thank you. And I say that.
If there was
Okay,
a
she
more
makes it
corporate name,
I will ask around and see if I can't find some more information on them and see kind of where that, so to speak, the food chain goes. See where that ladder goes.
That works for me.
And she does a little bit of like tic-tacking on her burner phone. And then pauses to push back the cuticles on her very nicely manicured nails, and then goes back to tacking on the phone.
Okay. So what are the rest of you going to do?
Well, I'm volunteering at Hunger Solved, so I'll try and see if I can't get to know some of the people that are there and find out if anyone that the homeless people know about their own, but other people don't see them. So I'll see if any of the regulars have gone missing lately. See if I can see what the community thinks.
Okay.
Well, I'm not really much of the talking type, so I'm thinking I'm just gonna take Mordecai and watch that green mill and see if our boy or his girl just suddenly pop up.
Okay.
The next question is, what do we do with her?
I
Well.
look excited, then I look at Yvette, then I don't talk.
Well,
Okay,
the goal
okay.
would be to watch her, track her, and see if she leads us to him.
Yvette is like nodding, and then adds,
Because we can't just make a move on the girl. That'd be stupid.
"Oh, certainly not. No, but don't be seen. You can't be seen. Can you
I have my what do I call it? My urban camouflage. I'll be fine.
Oh God, he probably actually
can-
means urban camouflage.
Oh dear.
I can like turn into a shadow and stuff. So that should be helpful. I can help.
Yeah, you guys would not be familiar at all with what La Sombra can do because they are like persona non grata in Camarilla lands. He is probably the first person you have seen who is a La Sombra like ever.
Huh? You could do what now? Yvette-
Turn off the
Yvette's
lights
face-
over there.
Yvette's face is a record scratch as you say I can turn into a shadow.
Oh, now that is interesting.
I just kind of go off into a corner of the room, flick a light lamp off, and I will use my talenty thing. I think it'll cost a blow.
You probably do have to make a rouse test for it, yes.
Huh.
Oh yeah, you're good. You even got a 10 on that.
So yeah, I will use my Oblivion talent and just disappear. Like it's not that I'm hard to see; it's that I am actually just a shadow. I meld into the shadows and just sort of go. Ta-da!
Ooh, that's kind of cool.
Oh,
Can I have a blood
know, right?
sample?
No.
oh. Hmm.
But it's for research.
It's for science.
It's for science.
Yeah,
For
I know.
science.
That's why. No.
But it's for our science.
Captain
Yeah.
America did that once. It didn't work out so well for him.
Yeah, there's plenty of army ducks. You can go ask Vietnam boy over there how well that went for our boys.
Valerie starts plotting silently.
I will
Probably
have.
visibly.
I will have the blood.
She will have this blood.
Well, I'm sure that's going to go well.
Yeah, it'll be fine. It'll be good.
It'll all be fine.
I'm
Super.
You're just not drowsing off one morning. You feel a snick. Hi. Nothing.
What's up?
Hi.
Just thought we'd bunk out. It's cool.
Yep. Wow. Anyway.
Never
Hey.
mind this syringe.
Dr. Fox,
Yes.
your phone chirps, and
Oh.
Yvette has sent you a text message.
Okay.
And the text message is WTF.
From the talkative one.
Yeah, it says the talkative one has sent you a text message, and it says WTF, and then it's a scream emoji and a rolling eye emoji, and then like one of the like grumpy squiggly face, like the cranky mouse. There's like 3 squiggly face cranky mouse.
Valerie's just gonna stare at all of these emojis. And
It's
then
in
just
a
lift
whole
her
other
eyes
language.
To stare at Yvette. Just deadpan stare.
Yeah, Yvette
Really?
looks back, looks at her phone, looks at Dr. Fox, looks at her phone, looks at you again, kind of makes like a silent scream with her shoulders and her eyes.
She's just gonna send back what? No punctuation. Just what?
Is it spelled correctly, or is it?
Yes, it's spelled correctly. It's just there's no punctuation.
Okay.
Like, not a question mark or anything, just what?
And that goes back to tick-tacking on her phone. Talk amongst yourselves.
So anyway, Birdman, you can just, if you find her or something, just sort of keep an eye on her and call the homeless shelter. I'll be there, and then it should be the clicky old phones. I don't think I break those as bad, so you can just call me there, and I'll come help.
Yeah, ain't no
Sneak.
problem. I'm probably going to be super duper incognito until I see something where I know, like, I'm either going to need backup or we can start planning immediately, but you'll hear from me.
Ooh.
Okay.
Right.
So who is going to go with whom? Or do we have 5, 6 different things happening at once?
Oh.
We're going to make your life a living hell and do everything different.
I don't
You
care.
want to come work at the homeless shelter with me, Yvette?
Do you want to? Do you want to touch a homeless person, Yvette?
Yeah, you bet. Do you want to touch a homeless person?
Can I roll composure, Paul?
Yes. Yes, you can. Roll me that composure right there.
Becker, she gives you a very nice smile and says, "Thank you so much for extending the invitation to me, but I think perhaps that my talents will be better spent not hanging out with homeless individuals, but you'll fit right in."
I bare my teeth in an approximation of a smile.
I lean over to Becker and I just go, I think that's her polite way of saying fuck no.
I lean back over and I just say, I don't think she has a really polite way. I just think she has bitch and entitled, and those are her set.
Oh!
I just give him a thumbs up.
Aw,
Right here.
you guys,
We're
it's
right
just
here.
like like going to my family reunion.
Oh, God.
I speak this language. I understand this mode of communication.
We passive aggressive Midwesternly.
Yep, that's how that works.
Too
Sometimes
real boy.
crossing the line into
Yep.
straight up aggressive, but
But we won't talk about those times. We'll
Nope.
just-
remember that fight at Granddad's funeral? Nope.
That fight at Granddad's funeral, you need to remember it, but I'm not going to mention it. But you know what happened, and nobody remembers it. But we don't need to talk about it. You just need to think. Yeah, Yvette is actually going to do some paper trail tracking for Hunger Salt Inc. So she's definitely not going to be there in person. Sorry, guys.
You want to come with, little spooky science lady? You still can't have my blood, but maybe you can. Maybe you can figure out some science things. You know, maybe you would recognize equipment or
Well, that's a blender.
procedures.
Sciencey things.
I could also replenish my own. Well,
That is a thing you can do.
Anything else to do? Yes, I think I could find some merit to this. Fine.
You feel like they're going to be in any sort of physical danger?
Probably not, at least not yet. As far as you're aware, no one even knows what you're looking for. Except for the prince. And
I'm just in character. I'm just going to ask
Oh, okay.
this. Does anybody think that you're going to be physically in danger?
I don't think Becker ever I don't think the idea has ever occurred to Becker at any point in his miserable life that he could be in physical danger.
I'll be all right.
Well, if we all continue to keep this quiet, then I sincerely hope none of us will be in physical danger.
Mm-hmm.
Saying if anybody's gonna be at risk, my talents are best suited to eliminating that risk.
Well, I mean, the people at the shelter are probably in danger. I mean, statistically speaking.
Well, yeah,
Well,
that's true. Yes.
Them myself, so not really much of one to talk there.
Nods, and like sort of just shrewdly, yeah, yes. Valid. Also, Valerie's gonna text Yvette again,
Uh-huh.
and
I left
it's
you
gonna say,
hanging with the what?
Yeah, you did, and she's gonna say, "I'll make sure the Shadow Man doesn't kill 75 people."
Everyone gets a Benny. I love this so much.
Yeah. Samuel audibly chuckles.
Oh, that's a text.
Yeah.
Okay. You are gonna then for real get back a text with like a relieved face emoji, a kissy face emoji, and then like 14 prayer hands.
Jesus Christ. And actually, I think she'll just type back, Jesus Christ.
She is so extra.
Jesus Christ!
Valerie does not use emojis.
If that throws the phone across the room, it catches on fire.
My God. Wow.
Oh my God.
Sorry. Thank you. Yeah.
Okay.
We'll see how that goes.
All right.
That's
So
Valerie stopping Becker from doing anything, but
Yeah.
no, not so much. No.
Good luck. If that's gonna look at Samuel. Samuel, do you have a mask on, or what do you look?
Yeah.
like?
What is actually Samuel's out tonight? What's he in?
He is not wearing his mask. He's got his porcelain mask on. He's not using Mask of 1,000 Faces right now.
Okay.
Cool.
All right. That is like definitely unusual. We didn't see him like that.
Correct. He likes that mask. It looks pretty awesome.
Yeah, it is. I saw the picture in chat. It looks good.
Quick question.
Yes.
Does Mask of 1,000 Faces even require a check? Because it says no test is required.
Does it say it requires rouse roll?
It has one.
So it requires a rouse roll, but no attribute skill test.
Interesting.
So essentially, you have to activate it, spend blood, see if you get hungrier, but then it works. It works even if you fail the rouse test, it still goes off. It's just you get hungrier from doing it.
Okay.
Figgy, what's on your tail?
If that is gonna look, she's not gonna make eye contact with Samuel because can't if he's got his mask on. But she will look in that general area of his face and say, Mr. Reddington, would you perhaps like to assist me as I kind of do some more digging up information on this Hunger Solved Incorporated?
I think I might be able to assist in that. Where would you like me to begin?
Splendid. What if we have, just a quick sidebar? We can regroup tomorrow evening. Would that work for you?
Most assuredly.
Splendid.
I mean-
I'll text you.
You guys live forever, so what's a day?
Mm-hmm.
Endless nights.
Oh, that's the name.
Yeah. Anyway. So it looks to me that we've got a couple different groups. We have the large group of people who are going to volunteer at the homeless shelter. Or be at the homeless shelter or something. We have got one Silas who is going to go hang out around the Green Mill, see what's going on there. And Samuel and Yvette are going to track down the homeless shelter. As in Hunger Solved Incorporated, the actual company behind.
Yes.
Yes. Yeah.
The face behind the corporation.
Yeah, okay, that works just fine.
If there is one.
Oh my gosh, I'm getting ETU vibes.
Why?
Dun dun dun!
No reason in particular.
Don't worry, I can honestly tell you there's no chupacabra hybrids in this game.
Yep.
And probably no chickens?
Yeah.
I can't promise
He
the
didn't,
chickens.
he didn't
Let's give
say no
Valor
portal
some
to hell, though. Just throwing that out there.
There
Yep.
maybe. I can't
I mean,
promise
there
that.
was a vampire running a whole private organization as a front.
Yeah, I loved him. He was my favorite character. Um,
So,
I turned into a
Steven's
tiger.
gonna hold up a cell phone
Okay.
and tell everybody that if you lose these phones, it's no big deal. But if you don't answer, I'll check with each person each day. If you don't answer, I'm gonna assume you lost it and get you another one. But try and get back in contact with us as quickly as possible, so we don't assume the worst.
or maybe you're dead. Who knows?
Of
Get
course,
her.
that's very thoughtful
Get her.
of you, Mr. Steven. Thank you.
But okay. So we have something of a plan. We have several plans, as a matter of fact. Let's see here. Let's do the tracking down of the homeless shelter information. So Samuel and Yvette. The next
Yes.
night comes around.
Yes.
Where are you meeting? How are you guys going to do what you're doing?
Yvette had said that she will text Samuel, so she'll do that. She'll be sure to reach out. Oh, do we gotta wake up and make a rouse roll for Wednesday?
Yes.
Okay. Ho hum.
Oh, huh.
Oh, a 6 is a success. I thought
Yeah,
a 5
it's
was.
six through 10.
It's annoying.
Yes.
Okay, so she's gonna wake up. She's gonna crawl out from underneath the bed and text Sammy boy, and
Call him Sammy Boy. See what happens.
Sammy boy. No emojis. Very professional. Very straight to the point, and just say, text. Good evening. What's convenient for you to meet?
Anywhere.
That sewer grate right outside your house.
Oh, cool, bro.
I've been watching you for a while. You should probably get
Georgie.
blinds.
Okay.
And
Then
things.
she's gonna name. She's gonna name a public park that is in kind of the like downtown area where it wouldn't be too weird for people to be out walking after dinner and drinks.
Sure.
So
sure.
like
Okay.
whatever the kind of like, I don't know. I guess it would be the Loop. I was going to say whatever like the weird artsy district is where people are like, it's a Wednesday night and we just got out of watching a very small production
Like
of
French
something or
play.
other."
Yeah.
Gold Coast or
What's that?
Bucktown. Gold Coast or Bucktown. Wicker Park.
Oh, I live near Bucktown. Let's go to Bucktown.
Bucktown is cool. Let's go there.
There's lots of stroller moms pushing their double wide strollers and like running old ladies off the. You almost touched my child.
Oh my
Yeah,
god.
bitch.
They need to
Yeah,
get
that'll
fresh
love
air.
They'll love it. She'll fit right in. Okay.
Thank you. Okay, yeah, she'll name a public location in Bucktown then.
Okay. I think on the way, Mr. Reddington will probably find something to drink.
Okay. What is your predator style?
Sandman, we break into someone's house and munch on them while they're sleeping.
Okay. It's a little early, but that's fine. Give me a blah 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 blah. Dex and
Larceny.
yeah, give me Dex and larceny, and take your bonus die because that's exactly what you're doing.
Yep. Wow. Wow.
So I got good news and bad news.
Wow.
Or the night.
Oh,
I
Wow.
got super good news for you and not so good news for you.
Well, on the bright side, if they're relying on sound, they can't hear me walk or make any noise that way.
Oh, no, you succeeded. You succeed super good. You succeed so well that I'm going to let you eliminate all of your hunger at the cost of a stain.
Oh yeah, no, I'm not doing that.
Ooh.
Just breaking in and taking a quick bite.
You get a choice.
Well, you have a messy critical here, so something goes wrong even though you succeed with what you do.
Hold on.
Uh-huh.
How does How does this work? I thought this was a good thing. I
Oh,
thought
no, it is. You succeed
skullhead.
super good. But one of the rulings for this, messy critical means you succeed and the beast revels in your success. So something, you get what you want, but something goes wrong as well. So let's start with, what kind of a house are you looking for to break into? Anyone, I'm going to assume.
probably just a random one I picked off the street with the lights off.
Sure. We're going to say it's probably a first shifter. They got to be up at 3, 4 in the morning, so they're already in bed. You break in. Actually, you know what? Here's what we do. That wasn't even the feed roll. That was just the larceny roll. That's my bad. So are you entering via door or window? What is your preference?
Door. It's easier.
Okay.
Just walk in.
Okay. So oh, hold up. Hey, FGC, what's up? You open the door. You jimmy it open. I'm going to say that this is weird. If it were a feed roll, that would be an easy, messy critical.
That's interesting that this module punishes you for rolling a 10.
It punishes you for crit succeeding on your hunger dice, not crit succeeding. That's the ruling. The rule comes from crit succeeding on your hunger dice.
I don't know what that means.
Well, if you look at your roll, you got successes on everything, which I've never seen before, but awesome. So you got your regular successes, 4 of them on your non-hunger dice. On your hunger dice, you got those extra little symbols. So those are 10s.
Mm-hmm.
And when you roll 2 of those on your hunger dice, it becomes what we call a messy critical. So you succeed, but something goes wrong at the same time. If you would have rolled them on the regular dice, there would not have been a messy critical.
Of course.
The lore reasoning is like if you're using your beast is at its closest to coming out when you're really hungry and when you're feeding. And so it's like you're more open to its little suggestions.
Yeah. But as this isn't actually the feeding roll, you don't actually kill someone with it. I'm not sure what to do with a messy critical on a breaking and entering roll.
This is like when you roll a nat 20 on perception.
Yeah,
like,
it's
cool. You see great.
Yeah, you know what? Let's not for this one. We'll deal with it later because it's not a very great thing to do. So you succeed. You succeed real good. You are silent as the night. And real quick for feeding, just give me what is it? It's probably a brawl roll of some kind. You know, they're asleep. They can't hear you. You're probably fine. Just slake a hunger, and you're good to go. And you can continue with your night.
Okay.
If it was anything other than just a breaking and entering roll, probably something else could have happened, but I'm not sure what I would do with that. If you didn't have silent, maybe that would have been a thing. Anyway. So, Slake a Hunger. You nom on a poor sleeping person.
So you always roll 2 hunger die with
no.
your normal.
Well, you had 2 hunger because when you roused for the evening, you did not succeed on the rouse test. So your hunger went up by 1. Now, whenever you are rolling, your hunger is 1 hunger die instead of 2.
So I'm gonna try something.
Okay.
Purely for.
Yeah, just for the lulz.
Okay.
Why did that still roll 2 hunger dice? It should.
Because I gave myself 5.
Oh, I didn't see that. I was like, wait a minute.
And
Okay.
There we go. Interesting.
Yeah, so that's how that works. But anyway, you have 1 hunger die now, not 5. Okay.
That mechanic makes more sense now. I thought I was getting punished because I rolled so well. It's because
of the hunger dice themselves, not because you rolled
I was
super
about
well.
ready to be really mad at this module.
No,
No, they
no.
like replace your normal
Yeah,
die.
they
Yeah, I understand that now. Have 2 hunger, 2 red die. 5 hunger, 5 red die.
Currently, you're at 1.
It's
Yeah. Normally you just have 1. Unless you absolutely...
Unless you've not been succeeding on rouse tests. So using powers, waking up. Waking up is hard for vampires.
Wake me up.
Ugh. Anyway,
All right.
so
Had to do it. Had to do it.
oh my god. Now I've got that song in my head. The 90s have called. 2000s. Anyway,
I was gonna say, hey,
2000s. I'm sorry. I'm old. I'm old. Leave me alone.
Don't make us feel older than we are, damn it.
Okay, so Samuel and Yvette, you're going to meet in a park.
Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and do another rouse check to apply Mask of 1,000 Faces.
Go ahead. You're good.
Cool.
You get your rouse check. You do not go up in hunger.
As far as I can tell, it blandly changes depending on your environment, just like at will.
Pretty much. Yep. You look like a very beige person. You blend in. You're cool. No one suspects anything because you just look like a person. That's remarkable.
Yeah. One of the examples it gives is like if you walk into an office, you look like a very forgettable office worker.
All of them. Nice.
You are a corporate drone.
Mm-hmm.
Here,
That's a handy one.
you're probably just a random guy wearing jeans and a t-shirt with a standard haircut.
Yep.
Awesome.
T-shirt.
That's going to be texting to kind of make sure that Samuel's able to find her at some location. And she's probably just be bopping around in athleisure wear and carrying a Starbucks.
Yep.
She
Bill.
fits in. She fits in very nicely in this park.
Thank you. Protective coloration applied.
Clever girl.
So when she's actually, because she's not going to be able to recognize him, so she'll just have to be tic-tacking on her phone.
Exactly.
And,
Yep. And Samuel's gonna walk up and just be like, "Miss Yvain, good morning or good evening. Good morning." Actually, no, it's not after midnight yet.
No, it's still early-ish. So 9-ish.
she's gonna look at you and just be like, "I'm sorry, you must have confused me for someone else."
Forgive me, Reddington.
Oh,
Yeah, this is
Yes,
not the
hello,
Samuel
good
you're used to seeing.
all right. Well, she's gonna mentally make a note that this guy has shown up looking like somebody else, like 3 different times. So,
Yeah.
she's caught off guard, but then regains her composure and it's just like, "Oh, I'm so sorry. You look different, but thank you for clarifying. I appreciate that."
I apologize for that. It's difficult to walk around in my normal state, as you would imagine.
She can't, but she's gonna smile and can't relate. She's gonna smile and nod anyway, and just have a look of.
It would be difficult to walk around in the open as a normal monster.
Of course. Well.
Anyway, where would you like to begin?
Hello?
Did my internet cut out?
No, you're good. I'm not sure what's going on with Carly.
I can hear you. That works.
Oh, we lost the Carly.
Oh, did we?
Yeah. So she just like freezes in mid-sentence, like it's like a glitch in the Matrix.
Yep.
Oh no.
So we have half a second until she comes back. Real quick, I guess. So for the what else? For the three of you who are going to go to the homeless shelter, what are you going to get up to? I know one of you is actually volunteering. What are the other two going to do?
I will be right back while you guys do that.
Yeah, go ahead, man. I hear a pupper. And a robot pupper.
I mean, Valerie's very tempted to drive the Bloodmobile over there.
I dropped, sorry.
You did. It's okay, but you're back.
Hey, I apologize.
Caleb is just BRBing, so we'll pick up here in just a sec.
Okay.
So yeah, you can drive the Bloodmobile if you want. That's totally cool.
That way I can have things ready in case
I will have that blood.
I need it. I mean,
Nothing.
if it works out.
Yeah,
We'll
okay.
In the meantime, some homeless
Ignore
ones.
that pupper. She's an ass.
I didn't actually hear her.
I didn't. I heard one, but okay. So we have
Real
Becker.
quick.
Oh, yes.
Can I don't need to do a rouse check, but I'm gonna text everybody and just with a bland brief message asking if everyone is okay and if anyone needs any help.
Okay. That will go out into the ether, and people can respond as they see fit. So we had Becker and Valerie. Steven, you were going as well? I don't remember.
Was not going, but I was not asked to go or saying I was going, but I was texting to see if anyone would like me to go on any of the various missions.
Okay. So for everyone, that is a text that everyone can get, except of course for Becker, who has no cell phone.
Frown emoji.
You can't even do that. No emojis for Becker. So just so while we're waiting on Caleb to get back, Becker, what is your plan while you volunteer?
Give him a rouse check.
Yeah, that too. We'll get the rouse check out of the way. So yeah, Becker rouse check, and you know what, Silas, while you're at it, rouse check for you too.
I lost my character sheet somehow, and I don't know how to get it back.
Click on characters, and you should be able to get it back.
Oh,
Blank.
I see. I see.
Okay.
At some point, you're going to have to let me know
I
if
think I'm good.
don't have blood in the
Restart
Bloodmobile.
Instagram.
My question mainly
Seems like I
was,
usually do.
what do you do to get blood in the Bloodmobile?
Well, probably stuff like this, honestly.
Well, then that works out perfectly. I'm cool with it.
Yeah, this is legitimately probably how she does it. Or she contacts her contact at the circulatory system and says, like, hey, got any spares? Just need to borrow them for a little bit. Cool. Thanks.
Yeah, that's perfectly fine. I mean, I'm going to assume that we don't have to fill up, every other session. But as long as we know what you do to actually have access to the blood, it's probably okay.
If there's a time where we've gone like a week and
and you're like, I still have blood.
To the fact,
really?
then
I don't know.
No, you probably don't. So this can count for she's probably going to replenish during this.
Sure, fine. Late night bloodmobile. That's exactly what's going on. Trust me, I'm a doctor.
Exactly.
So that works. There's Becker.
Get in the RV.
The homeless.
Okay,
Wink, wink.
hey, I made it.
You did. Silas, you got yours. Everyone did pretty well today. Okay. Is Caleb back?
He is still.
I literally just got back.
Okay, so he's back. Awesome.
Hey, sorry about that. I dropped. My internet just went bloop, and you lost me.
I know how that feeling is.
Oh gosh, I'm sorry. Yeah.
No way.
Not at all with your
Poor Caleb.
my god, the internet. Okay. So we've more or less figured out what's going on. We'll go back to Becker here in just a minute. Everyone's internet's doing funky things. So back to the park bench. You have just noticed, of course, that Samuel can be apparently a number of people, and none of them look remarkable.
Okay. Cool. Where did I cut off?
I honestly don't remember. Somewhere at the very beginning of the conversation.
You were talking about how it was completely... You had no idea what I was talking about, walking around as a monster.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
I cannot relate at all.
Oh, I can't relate. Oh, terrible. How sad. Tragic. Okay. So then I'll just basically start from there. If that's going to be like, thank you so much for agreeing to come out here and speak with me, just kind of separately from the rest of the group as we all sort of suss out what our next plan of action is going to be. I was hoping tonight we could kind of speak frankly with each other.
Of course.
Good. Because I can't help but notice that this new project at work that we've all been put forward for, quite frankly, I think we're all being set up to fail. There's really no other way around it. Do you understand?
Perhaps.
Perhaps? Would you like to elaborate on that to me? Again, I'd like to be frank with you.
I don't know. It seems a interesting task for from what I can tell, a randomly selected crew.
Oh, well, if you've noticed that, trust me, I've noticed it too. Randomly selected? Good heavens. We're a hodgepodge. And that's the official word for it. Trust me. I can't help but picture that it's you that's really being put up for promotion here. And everyone else is just chum. And she kind of like waves her hand dismissively.
Really?
Yes. Think about it. You've been with the company for the longest time. You've been in Chicago for the longest time. This sort of task seems very applicable to your
I also
background.
Keep to myself, and I have never done anything in this regard before, ever. In fact, I have always done things for myself.
Well, see, perhaps now somebody's seeing if you can be a valuable asset to the company, so to speak. Look, I'm not local. And everyone else, they're just chuckleheads. They're nobodies. This is obviously set up for you. And
They seem
for
to
your
have their
success.
uses as well as yours. There's hidden potential in everyone, I think.
But you lit on the word right there. Use. That's it. We're just being used, except you're the only one I can't figure out why. Why have you been chosen? And I think, really and truly, it's for you to succeed. So, how can I help you succeed?
This is a interesting turn of events.
Let me see if I can roll something. Okay, Paul, what would be best here? I'm trying to convince Samuel that this is like he has been cherry picked for this mission.
Okay. As he disagrees with you, probably manipulation, and maybe persuasion. As you're not lying, you're not trying to subterfuge him. That seems to be about the most applicable.
Cool. Okay, so basically, again, I'm trying to convince Samuel that he's been cherry picked for this, and if he succeeds, it's going to be cool for him, and everybody else is like trash.
Give me, Samuel, a wits and insight.
I was about ready to say, I want to see if she's BSing me.
Mm-hmm.
Insight. That is mental, yes?
Mm-hmm.
I am not
Social.
seeing it.
Oh, I said the wrong thing. Yeah.
So
Insight.
Yeah, insight is, I said the wrong one. Yeah. Well, two things happen. Yvette, you get your point across eloquently and directly. Samuel, you think she's genuinely believing what she's selling. If indeed you are believing what you're selling.
Well, if we match, like a 3 success and a 3 success.
Yeah. I wasn't so much running it as a contest as what you're thinking of what you're hearing. I don't...
Okay. Then I will say, yeah, for sure. Like, Yvette genuinely is, like, a straight shooter at this moment. She thinks everybody else is, like, bizarre garbage that has been pulled out of the dumpster to be like, here you go, kids. Good luck. And the prince has just been like, okay, go die. I don't care. Except Samuel is, like, he's local. He, like, died around the same time Al Capone would have been alive. And he's just like, oh, I don't do anything. I just hang out and help people, I guess. So
I wouldn't say help people, but...
I just do my own thing. Don't pay attention to me. I look like 14 different people. Who knows?
Yep.
Yeah, so she's, for sure, everything she's saying is what she believes at this moment, based on the information that she knows.
It's rare that someone is so blunt and honest to me. So, forgive me if you caught me off guard.
Oh no, I apologize for catching you off guard and not setting up this little discussion with too much preamble. I'm sorry, I just wanted to make sure that you knew where my headspace was before the others came back.
It is far easier to understand what is going on if people are more blunt. In our line of work, it is difficult to tell when people are being genuine or trying to manipulate someone.
And she gives like a sad, like knowing, like, oh yes, so sad.
Now you're being manipulated.
Terrible. But now that brings me, I think, to my next point. So, Mr. Remington, please, how can I convince you that I am genuinely ride or die for this mission and that I'm not an inside agent?
That is a interesting question. I am typically skeptical of everyone I've met, as I have seen a lot of interesting things in this city.
Of course. And, you know, Corporate life can be so cutthroat, can't it?
Indeed, especially when they're offering such a unique prize for the reward.
It would be quite a promotion, yes.
Find myself wondering what a Nos would even do with such a reward.
She kind of like hisses and like winces slightly as you say that out loud.
It was an abbreviation of the word.
I know, but she's still like.
She reacts physically to that. Yes.
Yes. Um. Let's cross that bridge when we get there. There's still quite a lot of steps before we get to that point, I'm afraid.
Indeed, the finish line is still very far away, I'm afraid. I am quite pleased that our boss did not give us a time frame.
Well, he did say as soon as possible, but that's
At least he
That's
didn't
flexible.
say tomorrow or
Oh.
next.
very true. Very true. Yes, you are right. You're correct. Well, please think on what I've said.
Well,
and-
I suppose remaining honest would be the biggest one. And I'd prefer not to find a knife in my back at some point.
scoffs. I think if we have to worry about knives in our back, I mean, figuratively speaking, I think we have other problems to worry about. She lowers her
Most
voice.
assuredly.
She lowers her voice and is like, 75 bodies?
That would be the absolute worst case scenario. I would much prefer just dealing with one.
She still can't get over the fact that everyone was sitting at the table just like, oh, I could shoot him from a mile away. What if we light a building on fire? We could light like 5 buildings on fire.
Start
Okay.
another Chicago Great Fire. It'll be fine.
Yeah. What if we just start a riot and then kill a bunch of people in the middle of the riot? It's perfect. It's a perfect plan.
Yep.
It could get the job done, and that was what the prince wanted.
There are other guidelines. There are other guidelines to be considered in this task. Thank you.
Like the Masquerade. Yes.
Yeah, that too.
Or it'll be fine. Just bust out of a wall or something and munch his face off in the middle of a parking lot, and you're good to go.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah. Sorry,
Take that,
Kool-Aid
Sam.
Man.
Oh
Gonna say, 123 nodded on munching his face off.
Aw.
What, you don't want to diablerize Al Capone?
You'd be a legend.
I don't
all
think
that
I don't think he would
knowledge.
take to that too great. No.
No one really does.
Protest, don't give Becker that idea.
Yeah, that
no,
is-
please don't.
That's taboo right there.
Not only taboo, that's blood hunt territory right there. Unless you're the prince or it's sanctioned. You know,
Or nobody
whatever.
finds out.
Or nobody
Or
finds
nobody-
out.
Ding
Aw,
dong.
specs.
There you go.
Anyway.
Challenge accepted.
Oh my god. No, this is not the way this conversation should have gone. No diablerizing Al Capone. I can't stop you. I would advise against it.
Okay. So
So
back to what we were talking
to
about.
what we were actually
I think the last thing was said was
no knives
wouldn't
in
even-
back, 75 bodies.
Yeah. 75 bodies? She's shocked and scandalized still at that thought.
That would definitely draw the ire of more than just the locals.
Oh, certainly. Oh, there would be so many code and regulation violations involved in that. I just can't even begin to think. It just boggles my mind, I'm afraid. So, let's not consider it. Let's not even speak that into existence. And
It's already been
first things
spoken.
first. No.
This is just foreshadowing at its finest.
Mm-hmm. And not by the GM. This was done by the
Yep.
players.
True marks of a GM.
Just like, I'll let you guys come up with your own doom. I'm cool with it.
Yep.
Anyway,
Thanks,
Go wrong
Paul.
here.
no problem. So, to the nature of the evening.
And to the text messages, by the way.
Wait, what about text messages?
Oh, yeah, you got text messages at some point during this conversation. Your phones will have gone off from Steven, basically checking in, making sure you're still alive, and that someone hasn't killed you.
Oh, helpful.
Like, or need any help.
Or need any help. Yes.
Pring. Okay. The phones go off, and and Yvette will check her phone and say, "Oh, well, how thoughtful Mr. Stephen is checking in on us." And she's gonna start tacking back on the phone.
Samuel will pull his out and much slowly start ticking out a text.
How do you use this? Is this
New phone, who
right?
dis?
New phone, who dis? There's a picture of like half of like the top quadrant of your head. Like, I think I got this. This is how this works.
Oh, it wouldn't show up.
I know. I'm just envisioning all of the well, my dad on a cell phone is what I'm envisioning. But anyway.
Yep.
Anyway.
Yvette is gonna text back, "Thanks, babe. All good."
He's just gonna send doing fine.
From the talkative one.
It's all good.
And to
What are you doing?
send back a kissy face. Just to troll.
You're selling it. Got it. Oh my.
Kissy face accepted. That's fair. Well, at least he's checking in on us. That's considerate of him.
Indeed. So,
My next steps, as far as this project goes, are concerning that other corporation. I'll be looking into them to see if I can follow the paper trail up the ladder, so to speak. I don't know what kind of resources or information you have available, but it might be more extensive than my own. And she looks a little sad to admit that.
mine is mostly word of mouth and using someone else's eyes.
All right. Well, perhaps
I'm not entirely sure that line will be beneficial this time around.
All right, I follow. I understand. Thank you for letting me know. I think maybe Mr. Silas and you together might be able to come up with a lead on the project as well.
That could be interesting. Could always check out the Green Mill as well.
That's what I was thinking. Yes, I agree with you. But until then, until we reconvene, I'm gonna see what I can suss up.
Very well. Again, I am genuinely surprised and appreciative of your blunt honesty.
Of course.
It's a rarity in this city.
Well, I appreciate you and your expertise, and I would be honored if you would be team lead on this.
Oh, I don't usually take that position.
Oh, but I think you've been cherry-picked for this opportunity. Truly.
Cherry-picked, perhaps, but
If not you, who else?
not to succeed, I'm afraid.
But we will succeed, and you will be the one with the medal pinned to your lapel at the end of this.
Well then, here's hoping that we all make it through it then.
I'll drink to that. And she takes a slug out of her Starbucks. After giving, like, a mock salute.
Oh my god. Okay, awesome. So, as that scene is a thing, how are you going to actually trace that down? You have business as a focus. You have a line on legitimate business, not so much drug deals, but legitimate business and moving product place to place. You understand this well.
Yeah, so I'm probably going to combine my information on kind of the logistics area. I know kind of how I want to tackle this, but I can't form the words for it right now.
We will just deal with it. Yeah, that's fine. If you knew, awesome. If not, cool. So let's go then to the homeless shelter, which is where I was going before. So it is Valerie. Yeah. Valerie and Becker. So, 1 second. Phone call. We'll just deal with it this way. Hold up. Okay, sorry. So the homeless shelter group. What is your actual plan as you approach the homeless shelter? One of you says you've got your bloodmobile. That's cool.
Yes.
And Becker is actually going to. You're going to be volunteering. You're going to be, probably ladling out food, and at the same time looking to talk to the homeless, looking to actually get some information that way.
Yeah, I'm gonna just try to do whatever chores nobody else wants to do and try to ingratiate myself to the other staff and just talk to people and just hope that someone will say something.
Okay.
After I become.
And as you're prepping for the evening, your phones do go off with the same text from Samuel. Steven.
S names.
S names.
We have Steven, we have Samuel, we have Silas.
It's the S crew. It's the S team, as it were.
Specker.
Specker. Specker. So yeah, your phones do go off with those texts, and that is up to you to decide how you wish to react to either of them, as well as if you're getting, I assume, to the place separately or together. That's totally up to you.
I'll take the train.
I was going to say, I don't think I know how to find Becker anyway.
Okay, so
no phone.
bloodmobile and train, okay? And are either of you responding to Sam? No, Steven. My lord. It has been it's just a night tonight. It's going to be that way all session, I get a feeling.
Well, Becker doesn't get that text, I imagine.
No, Becker does not.
So only Valerie.
No friends. All forever alone.
Oh, Becker.
Well, if you could hold a cell phone without exploding it like a Note 7.
Valerie will probably respond, but not ask for help or anything because she does really anticipate trouble. Because she's more focused on the aspect of like, yeah, I'm just going to collect some blood and then, yeah, okay, whatever, I'll be there at the same time as this Becker guy and maybe we'll touch base. She's not super worried right now.
Okay.
But she will at least let him know that this is still like where they're going tonight. And since obviously she's like the only point of contact for that particular group. Since Becker cannot be.
Becker can literally not be. Yes. So, let's do that. So, Becker, you arrive via train. Looks like, I mean, you're going to arrive probably 9:30, 10, something like that, unless you choose to arrive later.
No, I'll get there as soon as I wake up so I can, help mop the floors and open things up and
Sure.
get to know.
Sure. Okay, so I'm going to give you an NPC name. Actually, I'll just... all right. Dun, 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 dun. All right, cool. I had to look that up. So you get there, and the same guy that was there before, he is not there tonight. Seemingly, they cycle people in and out as necessary. But do you remember? I do not. What name you signed up under?
Oh, no. Oh, yes, I do, actually, because it was Jimmy Page.
Jimmy Page. Yes, Jimmy Page is... Yeah, okay. So, yeah, you show up at the place, and I'm sorry, I'm just laughing at the fact that Jimmy Page is helping in a homeless shelter. It's great. So yeah, you are greeted by a woman, probably late 20s looking, maybe early 30s, and she says, I'm sorry, not to assume, you look too well dressed to be one of the patrons. I assume you're here to volunteer?
Yes, ma'am. I signed up under name Page. I just want to...
Okay. Sure. And she shakes your hand. My name's Marina.
I'm Marina. Pleasure.
She says, if you don't mind, just start setting up tables. And, there are, of course, tables running the length of this building. So chairs need unstacked, all of that. So she just sets you to that.
And I'll just sort of set to the task and just quietly do it until I finish, and then go report back. And
sure. So at some point, while you're doing that, give me a wits. I feel dumb. 1 minute. Wits and awareness roll.
Oh, thank God. I do have dots and awareness.
You do? You do? No real wits, but you have awareness. An RV pulls up, like, not in front, but...
No, it would not be in front.
No, but, like, you see an RV just, like, pull up in front. Like, you see it go past the front of the building. And you're like, I only know one person with an RV who'd be driving it this time of night, specifically at this one homeless shelter.
Did she just bring a fucking bloodmobile to a home? I cannot believe this. I'm going to pretend I don't.
So, Valerie, yeah, you pull up in your bloodmobile. Your literal bloodmobile. Mm-hmm. And I'm not even sure how you're gonna set. You're gonna set up in like a parking lot, which is close to the homeless shelter.
Yeah, I'm not gonna be
like on the street.
Oh my God. Valerie has some sense. My goodness.
Oh no, certainly. This is GM, not you. Okay. So you pull up, and indeed there is a seemingly 24-hour homeless shelter, not 24, but third shift homeless shelter going on. It's right there. There are people starting to line up. So how are you going to get people into your bloodmobile? Are you going to go after homeless people? Are you going to go after like random passersby on the street? What is your plan?
Her usual MO, perhaps. Let's see here. I'm trying to think of what she would normally do, and it probably is to take advantage of people who think that she is with, like, I don't know, a blood donation service or something like that.
Okay.
Just paint a big red cross on it.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh my God.
Yeah, if even if she doesn't have that, if somebody goes inside, they see that it's a fucking, like,
yeah,
she's got a lab set up in there, so it looks pretty fucking legit, and she seems to know what she's doing, and she can talk about blood and.
I like how you had to qualify that she can talk about blood. That's about all she can talk
can't
about.
She can't be personable. She can't be friendly, but she can be convincing in the sense that she seems to know what she's doing.
You can
Again, she has very low charisma. She has low manipulation, but she's composed and she's smart.
Okay, just for funsies, give me that composure academics roll.
Oh.
With your bonus die.
Okay.
I want to see how well you wow some passers-by on the street and implore them to help, the cause of people who need blood.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes. These people right here, these homeless people need blood.
Cream truck jingle speakers.
Yes. Carly suggests turning on the ice cream sounds from the ice cream truck sounds, getting people to come that way.
Okay, sorry, I forget how to roll already.
So hit the plus sign beside one of the two things that you're going to roll, and then roll the dice on the other one. So
okay, so you want composure and academics?
I do. So you're going to be calmly explaining exactly what you're doing. Oh, nice. You explain the hell out of that. And you actually interest a decent number of folk. Who are like, oh yeah, I understand the plight of these needy people, and they're, yeah, oh, this blood stuff is really, ow.
She's like, good enough. Still for
No.
Imagine you're burning passerbys with
get over here, stab. No, nothing like that. I'm assuming, very professional.
No. Very professional.
Just brought me a blood red cocktail and just said sufficiently sanguine.
Yes, I appreciate. Thank you.
Sanguinary.
Yum. So that is what you're doing there.
Yep.
You're literally taking the blood of people who are walking by your bloodmobile. They happen to be in this. Yeah. I mean, this isn't really even the tourist crowd because this is not the right neighborhood for it. But you find some people who are, good souls, and you are definitely taking advantage of them.
They're near a homeless shelter. Like they have to feel guilty right now.
Oh yeah.
Right?
Oh god.
So they're like,
the social contract says so. It's written right here in the social contract.
In blood. So inside the homeless shelter, you're continuing about various tasks, Becker. Serving food, whatever. Just give me I guess wits streetwise to try and pick up on stuff that's going on around you, like the actual talk from people who actually or are living on the streets being here. Oh, well, that's a success. That works.
I start feeling this is going to be real bad.
Yep.
Because I have been lucky so far.
You really have. 3 dice pool is not huge. So what kinds of stuff are you listening for?
I'm listening for anything like, oh yeah, I sure miss Frank. He was always great. Haven't seen him in a week. Hope he's not dead and being munched on by a vampire.
Well, you don't hear that specifically. The vampire thing is not part of the equation. Although, I'm sorry. Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, you do hear.
You might hear that from homeless people, even if it wasn't the case. But
It's true.
Oh no.
I mean, you might. The mentally ill are a higher population among the homeless. But anyway, so maybe you do hear. I hope he's not being munched on by a vampire. Ironically,
but anything that would, I'm listening for like suspicious.
Oh yeah, and you don't hear it from the people who are volunteering. But you do hear from some of the people who are eating and who are actually partaking of the services. There are some people missing recently. With one success, you're not going to get a huge amount of detail there. But it does seem like someone is indeed using this homeless shelter, or not shelter, this food, whatever. God, that place where they feed homeless people. Yeah. Using that as cover and it looks very much like someone is taking some of them, or at least it could be.
Dun dun dun.
Okay, so I'll kind of like go wipe up the tables in that general direction until I kind of am close, and I just sort of will lean over and just say, "I'm sorry to hear about your friend. Did you guys file a police report?"
Why would
Do
we
you need
file a
help?
police report? They wouldn't listen to us anyway. They don't care about homeless people.
I'm gonna just kind of nod and like kind of make that grimace of sympathetic agreement and just say, "Do you mind if I sat down for a minute? I've been working all night and I just
No.
need."
Sit.
I'm sorry to hear that. I know it's true. I'm a vet, and a lot of my I got a lot of homeless friends that they should have had a family waiting for them, and it's a problem. I can take the report down to the police office if you want to give it to me. If you want to give me that information, I'll tell it from a person with an address, and I'll get after him.
Nice.
Okay. So GM doesn't have the guy's name, but you will be given a couple of NPC names, people who have gone missing, probably within the last couple weeks. There's probably 2 or 3 who lived in this general, couple block radius.
Okay. Do you know what they were doing or where they were? Was it nighttime or daytime when they disappeared? Cops always ask this sort of.
Seems as though they were all taken at night, or they all, you saw them one night and then you didn't, ever again.
Suspicious.
Did they ever come here to this place? I might be able to ask some of the other volunteers if they've seen evidence.
Some of them did, probably about 50-50.
Okay.
But yeah, it looks very much like some of them have just gone missing from this area, and some of that may be suspicious, some of it may not, unfortunately.
Because some of it's going to be just homeless people being like you said, mental illness. You're usually homeless because you have a reason. The Nazi bats are going to get you if you go into a dark.
Oh, that might actually happen depending on the vampire. Anyway. So yeah, that's what you'll get. You are heartily thanked. Although you can kind of tell without a roll, they don't think it's going to do any good.
I will kind of play up that it might not do any good, but at least I gotta try. I've got to try, and I'll kind of touch someone on the shoulder, thank them for their time, spend a little bit more time chatting with people, and just kind of make my way through.
Sure. And you hear kind of similar-ish stories as you go around. Some people have come up missing. We just never saw them again. Touch of death? No, that's not what's happening. You killed everyone in the homeless shelter.
Not yet.
That comes later. But no, you hear very similar stories as you talk to the various groups of homeless, that people have come up missing, as they do the past couple months, weeks. This, you get a little bit more information on the actual place here. This establishment has been going probably a couple of years now. Just really low key. It's like they're not really advertising it to anyone but the people who are here, who are partaking of the services.
I also want to ask why people why what I'm going to try to get at is just so what makes you come to this place other than I know there's a soup shelter sort of down by Bryn Mawr, run by the Catholics. I know they have really good minestrone, but why here instead of
So for some of them, it's kind of a mix of this is where I live and it's right here, so it's some semblance of convenient. And some of it is the food is actually good and the people seem to actually care about us.
Okay.
Have to do with the time that it's open.
Oh, the time too. That is obviously a factor for the late night homeless person who doesn't, who is awake at this time. That is definitely a convenience factor.
I'm definitely also going to try and ask a few of them if they mention the time and it seems relevant to them. Like, yeah, so what keeps you up at night? Like, I know I've got problems with nightmares, but everybody has their own thing. What are you doing out? Chicago's a dangerous place by night.
Well, a lot of them are they're awake at this time simply because it's whenever they wake up. They don't really have a schedule, and some of them is, like I say, mental illness, or they're awake at night because of insomnia, really horrible, they just can't sleep, or any number of reasons that you're not getting a whole lot of suspicious vibes, but just really awful stories of human suffering.
Yeah, that sounds like World of Darkness. Okay, so
Yep.
nothing like
We're
we get paid to come on this shift. Or
No one is paying them. It is just this happens to work for these people, and they keep doing it.
Okay.
And yes, now we are officially playing World of Darkness. Bring in the human suffering.
Oh. Okay.
Angst and human suffering and black and leather pants and yes.
75 people dead.
75 people dead in a house fire. There weren't 75 people living there, but yeah, there were 75 people in there when it burned.
Speaking of 75 people, it's at length. Valerie is going to actually just walk in and look for Becker to make sure he hasn't murdered 75 people.
No, you'll see him with his hand on an old woman's shoulder, just patting her gently and smiling and laughing with a group of people as he mops or something like that. Just jarringly wholesome for
antithesis.
everything else you know about Becker.
You're like,
Wait a second.
Hold up. He's actively not murdering these homeless people. This is very weird. This is not what I expected.
This is a surprise, but a welcome one.
Yeah, from everything you see, he appears to actually be doing the job he said he was volunteering to do. So, at some point, Becker, you will see Dr. Fox, who looks, I won't say out of place, but kind of out of place. Doctor, kind of, well, she's a doctor.
Yeah,
But
she's not wearing a lab coat or anything. She doesn't just walk around wearing lab coats.
I just love the idea of you walking around in a lab coat everywhere.
No.
I know. I know. So yeah, that's the thing. Whether you think to know or whether you want to be like, yeah, hey, or, oh God, you brought a bloodmobile to a homeless shelter.
I'm kind of mad at her right now for bringing a bloodmobile to a homeless shelter, so I'm probably ignoring her and just oh, she's ruining my good time where I could actually pretend it was a good.
Oh!
Okay. So is there anything else you guys want to get information-wise from this particular scene? Or something that I probably forgot because I probably did?
Not for me. I'm just trying to. If there's, I think the only other thing I would want would be to check in with the staff. As the staff, I imagine, I've known a lot of people at places like this, so I imagine they're not super excited about just hey, open up and tell me about the homeless people that you care about and probably feel protective of.
Exactly.
To a complete stranger. So I'm gonna kind of wait, and I'm establishing rapport with the other staff.
Sure.
And see if they open up about, oh yeah, that's Frank, he's troubled, blah blah blah.
That's Stella. She actually has a lucrative cat business. Anyway. So, you get that information, and what's her name? Valerie. You get your blood that you crave so very much.
Yum, yum, yum.
Also waiting to see if she will be acknowledged by this impertinent Becker.
Probably not.
Nope.
Uh-oh, there's a rift in the family already.
Well, there goes that. She was gonna try to help him, but nope.
I mean, I
Okay,
suppose hang on. So eventually, I suppose if she stands there long enough, he'll just kind of go over and just say, hey, did you want to sign up to volunteer? The table's over there. And you will realize immediately that he is very bad at the lying.
Okay, well, she's also not good at it either. What's your manipulation?
Oh my gosh. Oh
This is
my
going to
gosh.
be a 1 dot manipulation off.
Oh my god, no, I have 2. Okay, my charisma's 1 now.
Okay. Oh god. So these are the social vampires
Yeah.
of our coterie.
She's going to look him in the eye just big. Should I pretend to be I don't know, something that would help us get the information we need? Detective? Investigative reporter?
I mean, I feel like
I'm
they would
not
check
good at
that.
acting.
You could try to pretend to be a nice person and help out these people that need you.
I don't think they need me.
Oh my god.
Did you find out anything useful?
No. Maybe you could go see if the other volunteers want to send them out to your bloodmobile. And he kind of smiles a little bit because he knows what's about to happen. Or he thinks he's got a pretty good idea.
She lifts an eyebrow at that.
Maybe bloodmobiles are normal around here and there's some other vampires that have been draining them dry.
So in the middle of this awkward exchange, Marina walks over. Oh, hello. I didn't see you. Can we help you? Can we get you well, you don't look like you need a bowl of food. Are you here to volunteer? Certainly we can use all the help we can get.
Shit.
I look at you quizzically, as if I too am expecting the answer to this question.
God damn it. Mari doesn't like people. No.
I love it.
Yes.
Oh, great! Oh, awesome! The light comes on behind her eyes, like she was expecting you to say no, and she wasn't sure why you were there. But the minute that yes, she not forcibly grabs you, but basically forcibly grabs you and takes you over to the table to give you all the paperwork that you have to sign up.
No.
And she gives you yes, awkward vampire is awkward. And she gives you
yes
the.
Had to be dragged out of her, like it was like.
She gives you the spiel. The this is what we do here, and this is when we're open, and this is how we help the community, and here's all of the paperwork, and this is who we represent. And she just like talks your ear off, like she is super excited. You're not sure. Well, you're not much of a social person, so never mind.
Becker runs like a fucking cat
What's that?
and just disappears into the back.
Yes. So she just you're not sure she's ever actually you, Kara. She may not have ever recruited anyone in her life, and she is going to recruit the hell out of you. You are going to be so recruited. You are going to. You are part of the family now.
Someone said yes, they want a Book of Mormon.
Yes. Exactly. Hello. Anyway, so yeah, that's she just paperwork, and then she gives you she's rummaging through what do you call it? A file cabinet. And she gives you, it looks like from the early 2000s kind of thing, like a stapled little handbook. And you're like, oh god, that's not even. No, it's from a different place altogether, and she's just looking for anything to give you that would help you volunteer super, super good. And she just can't come up with anything more than she's already given you, but she is just
Okay. Valerie says so very, very little during this extremely one-sided.
Oh, it's okay. She doesn't mind. Seemingly, she wouldn't need you here to have this conversation with as much as she's saying.
Yeah.
But she's She says, "So, you want to start tonight? You can start tonight. We could get you in. Like, we're not done for another couple hours, and you could totally, I don't know." And she like points you toward the kitchen. She's like, "You could help serve. You could help," and she just like keeps going. This is going to continue unless you either walk out and say you can't volunteer tonight, or you actually do.
Valerie feels trapped now.
Gnaw the leg off. That is the only way.
Oh no.
You're stuck now. You're
Wait, does
stuck.
that mean what's the leg in this situation?
Stuck in a trap.
I was meaning just actually gnaw your leg off and say, "Oh my God, my leg is
Okay.
gone."
Oh no. Oh gee, I have to go to the hospital. Bye. Darn. I think because of honestly, part of it is out of Becker spite. She is gonna stick around.
Okay. Okay. And you are put to work ladling soup and giving out bread.
Okay, well,
Becker is so happy. He's so happy. He walks by and cheerfully smiles. He thinks you're great now. You're his favorite vampire.
Except for the guy with all the guns. And the hawk.
Yeah, favorite vampire.
I am pretty great.
Valerie's expression is not. It is pretty. Again, the avatar.
Becker is utterly oblivious to your actual discomfort, and he just thinks it's great that you are finally volunteering for the community.
Oh God.
He,
Okay.
he
well,
really is a Boy Scout.
Oh, he is
That's-
a Boy Scout.
that's-
Oh.
me. I think that's so fucking charming. Valerie. thinks
Valerie, not
that
so
this
much.
is an act, and that he's like spitefully enjoying this.
Oh, he is. At least that's my
No,
read
I
of
mean,
the situation.
No, there's no spite. Like he's
Oh,
actually
okay.
just like she's into it. She's doing it.
Oh, okay.
Show this as much as we
He's
need.
being totally.
Okay. I was misreading that as
Genuine.
a vampire thing. Never mind.
Yeah. No.
Absolutely
He's
we at this moment.
a puppy.
Okay, cool.
Right.
Cool. So yeah. So that is how you spend your evening. Until
She's gonna try to listen and talk and try. She's going to try to.
all right. So
Maybe.
Higher than me.
give me then
God.
wits awareness.
Wits awareness.
Yep.
Oh,
Well,
okay.
that's just to hear what's going on around you.
Yeah. This is the easy part.
Wow. All right. So you're going to hear whispers very much along the same lines as Becker got. So, we haven't seen these people for a bit. They haven't been coming around. Hopefully they're not dead. Hopefully someone hasn't shot them or stolen their organs or, any number of nefarious things. So yeah, that's what you get. You can do with that what you will. You can try to pry for more information if you want. That's up to you.
See, I feel like if she does try to do that, she's going to be much worse than Becker was about it.
Tell me about your friend. How did he die? Where did he go? Where did
exactly? Where did you last see him? What? Tell me names. Tell me everything.
You
like
have
very clinical interest.
all the bedside manner of Hannibal Lecter. All right.
One charisma, damn it.
So that's what you hear. You hear more or less more in detail. You hear more, but the substance is the same. People are seemingly coming up missing from this place on occasion. You're not exactly certain who these people are. You probably don't care who these people are particularly, but you do hear that they are coming up missing.
I want
It's Italians?
when I want to know all that shit. But, yeah.
So it's within the past couple months, people have on occasion just stopped showing up. Like I said, it's not with any seeming regularity, but it is a thing that's going on.
Is there some way I could? Can I utilize my investigation somehow?
Yeah.
'Cause I have investigation dots. I'm trying to think
Okay.
of how I would be able to do that though, because that I imagine is more along the lines of like, well, hey, missing persons. specialty. But that's not. She doesn't have a specialty. Sorry, I just saw that
I was
when
like,
I clicked on it.
We have a missing person
Oh.
specialty? That's amazing.
That's pretty cool. But no, she
That's
doesn't
not
have a
it.
specialty.
No.
But I imagine that's less like talking to people and more just investigation in terms of observation and
Correct.
study and research.
You were handed a large amount of paperwork. If you want to give me a intelligence and investigation just to look through that, maybe see if you can glean something that they didn't intend for you to know.
Yes. Let's try it. Or I could roll pretty badly.
Okay. I mean, that's not terrible. You still succeeded. So
This would be a nightmare to play on a normal tabletop, like face to face. All of the dice.
yes.
It
Oh
is
my
a
God,
nightmare
yeah.
to play in person.
Yeah.
Case full of D10s for exactly playing these settings.
Yes.
It's like everybody gets a recipe box of D10s. It's worse than Shadowrun, but not as bad as
Not as bad as
I
what?
love Shadowrun.
Warhammer.
Oh my god, yes.
Jamie was awesome enough for our mage game to get us all character like colored D10s.
Oh, nice.
For mages. Yeah.
Fancy.
It was all thematic and nice.
Okay. Well, that's awesome. But yeah, never in person. Too many dice.
Yeah. It's a lot.
Well, now I'm looking up dice on Amazon.
We have given you loose to your vice. It's fine.
Swirled.
I just saw a set of Borderlands dice that are like they've got the cell shading on them.
I didn't like them.
What?
Ooh.
I didn't care
we
for
get
that.
Can we get a link to that so I can take a look? See, that'd be nice.
Yeah, I want to see this too.
So let's finish this up and then find that.
Sorry.
So with your 2 successes, you're gonna see. 1 minute here. I gotta do one thing. I want to see if I can get you a name or something that just happens to be, mentioned
Useful.
once. Yeah. Dun, 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 dun. So you see, mentioned in the paperwork, in one of the pamphlets, a thing called Lake Michigan Imports Incorporated. That's all you see. It is a one-time reference. You don't get any information about it. But it is a thing that no one has said to you so far. So it may bear looking into.
What was that? Lake Michigan Imports Incorporated? Mm-hmm. Okie dokie.
Okay.
Interesting.
So by the end of the night, it wraps up at 1, 2 in the morning, something like that. I remember what hours I originally set for it, but that would make sense. So you guys are cleaning up, wiping off the tables, taking care of the pots, everything. All the homeless people are gone. It's just the staff, and everyone is breathing a sigh of relief like, oh, another successful night. No fights. The police didn't have to be called at all. It was awesome. Good night. Good night, everybody. What are the 2 of you doing?
Mingling, obviously.
I assume Valerie is not mingling.
No. What is mingle?
Okay. So you slip off, I assume, just after, everything's, yeah. You look around, Becker, and there is no Valerie. Dr. Fox has left the building.
When I see
out in our Barbie.
when I see that she's gone, I will politely excuse myself, thank everybody for a wonderful night and such an opportunity to really matter in the community, and then I'll head off to the Bloodmobile and knock politely on.
Oh, good. Aw. She actually appreciates that. But she won't let you know to your face. Anyway.
Never.
She'll answer the door.
He kind of reaches out and gives you a high five. Great night, wasn't it?
Glances at her hand, glances at him. I hope you found information. Then I wouldn't call it successful.
Can I come in and you start driving? We'll talk on the way.
This is a buddy movie. Oh, this has become a buddy movie.
Yes, I suppose. Come in.
Cool. He swings up onto so as you are I imagine clambering very small into the driver's seat, he just kind of boink, with the least effort you've ever seen a human being get into the passenger seat of.
Kindred. Anyway.
Very, very tall.
Yes, tall Kindred.
I fantasize of at the top of the fridge. What would it be like?
That's right. Yvette is the really short one, though. Oh.
Hey, Engorgio. Thank you for
normal
the
sized.
She's my height. She's short.
Thank you, Engorgio, for the host, and thanks for hanging out with us, man. We appreciate it. So,
anyway, yes.
You guys.
Well,
yeah.
Where are we driving? What are we?
That's a great question. Where are you driving? You're the one in
going?
control. You're behind the wheel of this crazy bloodmobile.
Yeah, I mean, she would probably just drive back to her most recent lot where she's been staying, but
sure.
I guess she'll ask him. Wait, need a
call a meeting with the team at someplace. Use do that. I would call, but do you want me to drive? Actually, I probably shouldn't drive. Anyway, That was great, wasn't it? We helped so many people tonight. Didn't it feel amazing?
You're getting vibes of that same woman who just indoctrinated you and browbeat you nicely into volunteering for a homeless shelter.
He's very human, isn't he? Okay. Okay, she's going to... Okay, no, before she even goes anywhere, she's still... Wait. We really find out enough information to bring this to everybody else's attention.
I just kind of look at Valerie disappointed and just say, we're a team. Teams share.
Okay. Let me put asterisk there. Team of vampires.
Team. She's going to send out a text to everyone on the burner phones. And she's going to find out, or she's going to ask Yvette and Samuel if they have found out anything. See what Silas is up to. See if Steven is up for a meeting or up to hosting another meeting. Basically just sort of feeling things out because that is where we have met before. And she's not sure if everybody else is ready to, meet up. And
ooh, we could go to the Green Mill. Do you want to go to the Green Mill?
Let's see if there's somebody already there.
You totally could.
All show up at Silas's outpost that he's he's just quietly sitting on the sidewalk, lounging around, watching it. Then the whole group shows up.
Hey, Silas! What are you doing, man? We love you!
Hey, buddy!
How goes the stakeout?
How's the
What are the drug
going on here?
What are the drug dealers doing?
Staken or hardly staken?
Oh my god.
Okay.
For a vampire that has a double entendre. Okay.
Yes!
So here's what we're going to do. Where are you guys going to go? And then we're going to move to someone else.
I'm not going anywhere until I get responses.
Okay, so we're going to move to someone else.
Yep.
Steven, real quick. What are you doing? No one has responded. Well, actually, Silas.
Yes.
What's that?
Valerie responded?
No, let me rephrase. No one has responded in the we need help. Silas, I assume that you don't respond we need help, or do you?
I send, and I quote, I mean, I don't need it, but if you're lonely, you can come hang out.
Okay, so Steven, that's up to you. Are you going to go and hang out? Are you lonely? Do you need a friend? Do you need a hug?
Steven's just going to say, not lonely, just bored.
And I'm just going to send back, I'll be at the Green Mill if you get too, and I quote, bored.
Are you going to go chill at the Green Mill? Same as apparently everyone else.
Yeah, sure, why not?
Okay. So it doesn't take you that long to get to the Green Mill from where you are. Your apartment is, I won't say central, but it's central enough that it doesn't take a whole lot of effort to get where you need to go. you I don't think that you. I don't know. Do you go here? Have you ever been here? Is this a section of town you hang out in?
Not really. I mean, I will have been through there, but generally, people that hire bodyguards don't frequent there. So
Crappy jazz clubs that are totally
Not
tourist
like-
things. Yes, you are exactly correct in that regard. So you're familiar with it, but this is not your scene, so to speak. Silas, what are you doing? We'd kind of left you lonesome. I know exactly that you are performing stakeout, but what are you up to?
I'm perched up on top of a building, kind of just keeping a literal eye on the literal front of this building, just waiting.
Okay. So Samuel or Stephen, God, too many S's. Stephen, you get here. You don't see. Thank you guys. I love you all. You don't see Silas anywhere. You're looking. You don't see him.
be obvious about looking. I'll just look like I'm meeting, act like I'm meeting someone, and shoot him a text. Be like, "Where you at?"
And I'm just gonna text back, look up, and I'm gonna tell Mordecai, make it obvious where we're at, buddy.
You see a hawk wheeling in the sky over this one building.
I will roll my eyes and head that direction.
Okay. You can use the fire escape to get up there without a whole lot of effort. So, Silas, while you've been waiting, just give me wits awareness.
Yeah. Second. Let's see, where are you at, awareness? Odds are I'm going to click the wrong thing again because I'm apparently blind.
Is okay.
Hey, I didn't though.
Nice. So you are hanging out up on top of this building watching for suspicious behavior or anything. Nothing so far, but what I will say is you're seeing a higher percentage of Asian people than you might have suspected from a jazz club. Like a historic jazz club in Chicago.
Huh. Interesting.
And they don't look touristy.
Interesting.
So, that is a thing.
Okay.
So you're doing that, and then Wall of Meat Steven is chilling beside you, and we'll let you get to it, I guess.
What did I get? A text back from anyone else other than just no, we don't need any help, right?
No, everyone else is
This
cool.
is earlier in the evening.
Yeah, you got a text back from everybody saying, no, we don't need help. We're alive, or kind of alive. As alive as we were when we last talked.
Yeah. That, yeah.
Stephen or Silas is the only one who needs your help. Wall of Meat Stephen. What? That's his name. Well, my name for him anyway. This was tattooed on his chest. Wall of Meat. So yeah, you guys are chilling on a roof.
I'm gonna earpiece for communicating.
Okay. Do you have an extra for Silas, or is it just going to be you?
No, I'm just gonna offer.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Offer him one as well because I've got them from my various jobs. I've got the equipment.
I'm just going to level with here, buddy. I don't know what the hell this is or what I'm supposed to do with it.
What have you done this sort of thing before?
Oh, I've done this, but I've never used I'm going to hold up the thing like whatever this little guy is.
Well, then you can just give that back to me.
We'll just
Not
take
worry about
that back.
I'm just going to put it right back and just get back to watching the door.
We'll do lessons on that later. I can do a PowerPoint presentation and everything. It'll be great. So yeah, you guys are hanging out on a roof, and Steven, just are you invested in watching for what's going on, or are you more or less just kind of like, wow, I'm bored. This is not exciting.
I'll be watching. Probably have a phone out and see if there's anything worth taking pictures of.
Sure,
But,
sure, fine. Okay, in that case, give me a wits awareness, same as I did for Silas. Let's see what you actually see. What do your vampire eyes see? Okay, 2 successes. So you're going to see a ton of, not a ton, but more than you would probably expect of locals going in and out of this definitely tourist joint. You do see some tourists. Obviously tourists, people posing in front of the Green Mill, people taking pictures of the facade of the building and all of that. But then you also see, more than you would think, people in plain clothes who are going in and out. Just, it doesn't
see
look
people
yeah.
with bears paraphernalia going in and out.
Okay, up or down? Give me
What do you mean?
high or low on a die. We're gonna roll a d10.
High.
There are a couple. That looks
Okay.
really out of place.
Mention that to Silas and be like, I don't know about you, but this is not the kind of place that people with that kind of clothes and sports gear would be attending. That's a little strange.
Well, I'm just going to level with you. I've seen a lot of interesting people be walking in and out of there all night. So I'm
this
gonna take a
is
wild guess and
probably
say-
not what it seems.
I'm
what it
going to take a wild guess and
supposed to
say
be.
no. It's more than likely something not good.
Character.
But-
Who investigated this place before?
It was me.
Well, yeah, he had contacts kind of look at it.
Yep. I had other people poke
I'm gonna
around
say-
it for me.
He was not very thorough in looking at this place. This is fairly obvious.
That was mostly GM forgetting to answer
Maybe
questions.
You or me. Maybe you or me, but somebody who doesn't know what they're looking for. I mean, heck,
Oh, there we go. You're
like,
back. Okay.
I wouldn't have been looking for the cub.
Are you there?
Being from around here has its perks.
Yeah. Certainly it does. So what are the two of you going to do with this information
Stuff.
now that you have it?
We've been here.
I'm sorry, Austin. Your net seems to be going, unfortunately, man.
I figured.
I can hear him. It's just
I can
really
hear
quiet.
him, but he was starting to robot and distend.
Oh, he wasn't doing that for me.
I'm gonna hang up real quick. BR.
BR. Okay. Well, hopefully he comes back momentarily.
Really quick. How long does it take us to really get a good?
I'm going to guess
notice
this
of
is
this.
over a couple hours at the very least.
So this is a message from the Bloodmobile, or
I'm sorry, say that again?
We're getting a message from the Bloodmobile.
Yeah, at some point during your reconnaissance, you will get a message from the Bloodmobile.
Okay.
Oh my God.
When
That'll be awesome.
a message, I will message everyone that the Green Mill looks like something to follow up on further.
And that's Steven sending out that text to everyone?
Yep.
I'm assuming that Silas is just not great at texting, so
Or if you just
I assume that I'm watching the damn door.
Cool.
Also, I'm back. Am I better?
yes, you are.
You
Yep.
do sometimes.
Yes, very much.
Cool.
Just had to reestablish connection. It's fine. So yeah, over the course of a couple hours, that's what you see. You see more locals than not. Not more locals than not. You see more locals than you would have expected. And people do come and go. They're not just like, they enter and they never leave. No, come and go, and who knows for what purpose. So, as to the text to the... Okay, yes.
turn to Silas and ask if he's interested in taking a look inside.
Honestly, I'm just interested in finding any lead we can. I'm not very good with people, though. You might want to wait till one of the others show up, and I can just keep watching the door.
Well, they don't seem to have a particular type of person going in. Could just and pop out if you like. I don't mind.
I'm going to
either
look
way.
at Mordecai. I'm going to look at Mordecai, and I'm going to have my little talk lingo with him in my brain. And I'm going to be like,
All right then.
you know what we're looking for. Just give me one of your little make it obvious if you see what you need to see.
He's gonna send the bird in?
I'm not gonna send the bird in. I'm gonna keep the bird watch on the roof when I go in.
I was like, what are we doing?
There we go.
All right.
The bird is gonna keep watch on the roof.
I was-
I'm going to go in.
Yeah, that's okay. Okay.
Honestly, it would have been kind of hilarious to send the bird in, but whatever, really.
Honestly, I'd rather send the bird in than go into a club myself, but here we are.
I bet the bird would love clarinet jazz.
Oh,
I
totally.
bet the bird would too.
It would attack the clarinet player, and yeah. So yeah, are you guys actually gonna go in?
As much as I don't want to, I guess we can go in and take a quick peek.
Do it.
And for long, just see if we can tell anything's going on.
Okay.
Yeah.
It'd be nice if we had that shadow man with us.
You get a text that's just like, "Hey guys, we could get Ethiopian if nobody wants." Like, I'm probably sitting there and trying to get Vel. Tell them there's a good Ethiopian place across the street. We could get Ethiopian.
Can't eat food. What?
Oh, and as soon as Valerie points that out, like, Becker will start to get more quiet again. Oh yeah.
Yvette might be able to.
Oh, you're dead.
I forgot.
So I'm looking at the website for them. We have many good restaurants within walking distance: Mexican, Ethiopian, Chinese, and American. Do we have a dress code? No, we don't have a dress code.
Good.
Clear choice is Demerara right across the street. Good Ethiopian. There's a fried chicken place right next door. Otherwise, you got to go past Lawrence and a little bit down on the Aragon. But
Okay, so if you couldn't tell, we have someone who lived in Chicago, who knows the place, and yeah.
No.
Yeah, we're just gonna take her advice, and I will go with the Ethiopian food. The vampires, however, will not. What I was hoping for was something of a layout of the club, and I can't find it. That's okay. That's okay.
It's all right. I'm just gonna do what I normally do when I walk into a place I don't know and just smell the air.
Oh.
Okay, that's what you're doing.
Hush, you.
Like normal human.
I mean, it worked so well in the club, you got slapped a little bit.
What's a slap, really?
From St. Louis, gotta give Chicago crap, says Incorcio. Okay.
I'm gonna actually pull out a Bears jersey
Duh, Bears.
and put it on to kind of make up for the fact that I'm a big hulking dude and make sure that people will not spend too much time looking at me directly because they won't necessarily know who I am, but they won't want to.
Yeah.
That they're trying to figure that out.
Are you
Fine.
trying to say that nobody's going to want to look at you because you have a Bears jersey on?
It checks out.
No.
Like, it checks out. Those fans are fucking obnoxious.
I was avoiding saying that, but okay.
But people, if they recognize the player, then they want to get pictures with them. But if they don't recognize the player, they figure it's like special teams or whatever, and they don't actually know, and they don't want the player to know that they don't know.
Fair enough. Fair enough. And
But if they do recognize the spatial teams player, you're in trouble because they're gonna just like, oh my god, that kick you did, it was amazing. Yeah.
Oh boy.
okay, so we're gonna do this. You do. You go in, and it is well, like as we were told before, the front window is not actually a window into the club. There is no natural light hitting this place. It's all fake. Give me your wits awareness to give me that sniff test.
Yeah, just
The things
just be
we
ready for that
say.
to be a thing.
The things we say in RPG games. Apparently, Azel agrees with the bear's logic. No one wants to look at them because. Oh, okay, very nice. It smells like people and drinks, and that's about it. You do catch a little something else, but I'm not sure you know the smell.
Can I attempt to locate said smell?
It's super, super, super faint. Like, the only reason you got it is because you have the heightened senses that come with being the apex predator you are. You can try. It's 100% Coke. Actually, no. No, it is not Coke. It is not. I will tell you that. It's blood Coke. No.
Wait, is that a thing?
No,
Is
it's
blood coke a thing?
Sure, why not? It's vampire. There's got to be blood
It is
Coke.
now.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's the blood of a cocaine user distilled, powdered, and
I was gonna say, I remember reading that some vampires are addicts, and they can either say it with drugs or with the blood of those who are addicts.
Blood of a junkie.
it's easier to get it from a junkie.
Yep.
And a low generation vampire or higher.
Yeah, high generation.
A
Yeah.
higher generation, a vampire is gonna have an easier time. Like if you chow down on a meth addict, grats, you're on.
Awesome. You're gonna stay up for days, literally. So
Well, for vampires.
yay, vampires. So you sniff. Actually, Samuel, you got the right of it. Smells odd, off, not good, and it's super faint. You're not even sure where it is in the building. You're not sure if it's on someone. It's that faint. It could be that you're sniffing someone who's in the building. It could be that you're sniffing something around the building. You're not sure. With 3 successes, you just don't get it.
I'm just gonna nonchalantly just walk around and, see if it gets stronger near the back or not.
Okay, so as you actually start sniffing around, someone who looks very much like Staff says, "Oh, sir, hey, how can we help you tonight? Welcome to the Green Mill. As you can see, we have a lovely performer up here doing their thing. What can we get you?" And he goes to take you to a table.
Don't worry about me. I'm just looking for a friend. I'll sit with him if I find him, though.
Oh, okay, sure. I don't need to have you make a notice roll, wits perception roll, to know that you're kind of being watched a little bit. Like you stand out a touch. Not a great deal.
Oh,
I'm not going to be
fine.
following Samuel as he's sniffing. I am going to act like I do not know him.
That's what I suspected. I didn't figure you'd be like, I hope we solve this mystery. That's a callback from years. So he's sniffing around, doing his thing. Say a similar kind of person. What?
Get to see if I notice anything.
Yeah. Give me that wits awareness roll for you. He just mentioned he was sniffing around. I should have done the same for you. So
I love that we're
Then
using
a bodyguard.
what's that?
Oh, I love that we're using sniffing around in the same colloquial way, but he's actually
He's literally sniffing around. Yeah.
Yep.
You guys just need to accept the fact that I am a hunting machine.
Yeah, okay.
Barbarian. 100%.
One success? Nah, really what you get is just people smell and booze smell. Really,
I'm
really
not
odd.
sniffing.
Yeah, that's just your general
sniffing.
sense
I'm
of the
just-
thing. What I meant is you don't smell what he does. It's not that obvious. You do see a decent number of people, and you don't... Well, the people around you do seem to be the tourist folks. That's what I'll say.
So the other people are going somewhere.
Possibly. Probably. You can't force me to tell you.
For
So-
any locals.
There are some locals. Not many, like 2.
For them and see where they're going.
Oh, these ones are just sitting. Like they're there. You don't see anyone that looks really super. I mean, the locals kind of look out of place, but yeah. You don't see anyone disappearing into the. Yeah, you don't see anyone disappearing into the back or anything. So Silas, you're really having a hard time pinpointing this. It does seem to be stronger toward the back of the room. I say back, but toward the outside, or toward the non-public area of the building is what I'm saying, or trying to say. Yeah, that's what you're going to get with that. I will say, to try and go any further, you're definitely going to be stopped by security. They don't have walls of meat like Steven, but they do have security.
But I can tell it's coming from the private room.
Well, whatever's back behind the doors, what staff area, whatever that is.
Okay. I think the gears are turning, and I'm going to head back towards the outside.
Okay. So Steven, Silas just like walks out the door. Do you try and catch? Or you try and pick up Steven as you go, or you pretend to not know each other?
I'll motion to him that I'm heading towards the door, but if he's gonna deny the fact that he knows me because I'm a little quirky, well, that's on him.
Okay. So Steven, it's up to you.
I'm gonna go with just chilling for a little while, watching to see if I can see
Okay.
where these locals that I saw from outside. I saw that there were more than just a couple going in. Just see if I see any over time.
Give me another wits awareness roll, just to see. I mean, you're obviously watching, but let's just see how well you notice. Okay. I mean, you don't like see the world, but you do catch someone surreptitiously every now and again going into the staff only area. They're not wearing staff shirt or staff memorabilia or insignia or anything like that. So you do see that.
In that direction.
I'm sorry, you.
And
yeah.
Been there and act like I am looking for someone.
Okay. Give me. This is going to be a fun roll for you, I'm sure.
I'm excited to see.
Yeah. Are you trying to intimidate or otherwise? How are you doing this?
I act like I know I'm allowed to go back there, but I'm just looking for someone else.
Okay. I'm not sure you have. Do you have persuasion at all?
No.
So give me a charisma persuasion roll.
Oh no. Oh no. Oh no.
Okay. Now, what I can let you do, you can spend a willpower to re-roll any of your non-blood die or non-hunger dice, if you so choose to. You can try to re-roll that one die and hope for a success. Otherwise, the failure will stand. This then blood's running a drug ring of cocaine. That's awesome.
Would I know that I'm?
What now?
It's obvious.
I'm sorry. Say that whole thing again. Would you know what?
Would I know that it's obvious?
That what's obvious?
Like that they're onto me, or am I just kind of not sure?
Well, at the moment, we're still in that moment of did the roll succeed or not. So if you want to try and get a success, now is the time to try and spend a willpower to try and get that. Otherwise, it will become obvious very quickly that they know you don't belong.
See what happens.
All right, so on your character sheet, there is a SP spend willpower just above willpower. If you click that, it should
No,
tick
I'm just gonna.
Oh, you're gonna see what
going
happens.
and
I
just
misunderstood.
see what happens.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. Okay. So they're like, yeah, that's fine.
So.
That's fine. And they're like, you're looking for someone. Okay. Yeah. Come on back.
And then we never saw Steven
Okay.
again. The end.
No, I'm not that mean. I'm not that mean.
Aren't you though?
No, but Steven might.
They're like, oh yeah, so come on back. So they take you just beyond the staff area, and you see it looks like it's not a kitchen because they don't serve food, but it is definitely a staff only area. And they're like, so who you looking for?
I'm already.
Alas, poor Steven. We knew him well.
Did we really though?
Say, I just had some friends that had recommended this place, and was wondering if yes.
I'm sorry, wondering if what?
I think you cut out.
Right place. It seemed than I expected, but
I am so sorry. I got partials of like 2 sentences.
Let me reconnect. Sorry.
Oh no, you're fine now. Like you're good. I don't know what I was missing something.
I will say I was just by some of my friends, some locals, that that this was a good place to come, and I was not sure from what I was seeing that this was the right place. Am I in the wrong place?
Okay. Yes. Yeah. We'll get that. We'll get that for you. No problem. So give me another social roll. This is going to be another charisma with subterfuge if you can give it.
Yeah.
That's a success.
Oh no.
Kind of.
Oh no.
Oh.
Oh no. Oh no.
He's okay.
Oh,
He is okay.
Oh no.
don't worry, I'll kill you before you reveal too much information.
And they're like,
F.
we're paying respects already. This is. It depends on what you're looking for, I guess. I mean, if you're looking for a nice music joint, yeah. I mean, that's what we are. We've got nice bands that come in and drinks. But if that's not to your liking, I don't know what else you're trying to find in a place like this.
You don't have the good stuff?
Oh yeah.
The good stuff. I'm sorry, sir. I don't know what you're talking about.
I was under the impression there was some other stuff to be sold back here, but maybe my friends were mistaken, because
Okay. So in the middle of this, you see a woman walk up. She's probably early 20s. She goes, I'll take care of this one. No problem. Just go on back to work. I'll take care of it. She says, I'm sorry, I don't know you. Who are you? What's your name?
name is Steven, and I have some local friends that had told me about this place, and you guys here didn't seem to know very much.
Who told you about this place? Names.
Don't you dare. Don't you dare. Don't you
Evan.
dare. Don't you
Oh,
dare.
this is gonna be good.
Don't you dare.
Bob.
Joe.
I'm going
Henry.
to.
Let me
Billy Bob.
pull up a
Django.
name generator on my phone. It was totally no.
John Doe.
Daily. Wait,
Oh dear.
Mayor Daly.
I was thinking from TRL. but-
It was his name was Dr. Bowling.
Doctor.
That was almost really bad for a second.
I was thinking, oh God, this is. Yeah. Yep. We all thought the same thing. All right.
Yep.
So she says, I don't know any Dr. Bowling. Now, I don't know what you're playing at.
He may have used a different name. He's a bit of an odd guy. But do you guys do some illicit business back here? I mean, I'm not above some of that business myself, and so
Well,
She
yes,
says,
I can roll
You're not.
these subterfuge.
she says,
I got the subterfuge roll ready.
we are a music and drinks establishment here. I don't know what you think you've heard, but this is what we do here. And if you think that we do anything else, I'm afraid we're just going to have to disagree. And I would very much not want to have a disagreement. So, I'm going to suggest you turn around, leave my establishment, and never return. Don't force me to call security.
I am going to use Daunt.
Oh no. Oh, buddy, no. Oh,
well, this is gonna go well.
oh boy.
Remind me what Daunt does.
It's like
Daunt
it's a level 1
is-
presence.
Yeah, I think it adds to
yeah. Yeah, I can.
Okay, adds your presence rating to
exude
intimidation.
An aura of menace and make mortals want to avoid my attention and make even vampires think twice about acting against me.
Okay.
I'm just gonna like refer back up the chat to what I said like 10 minutes ago.
Okay, so what I need from you then, you don't even activate it. It's just a thing. So no rouse check, no nothing. Add your add a bonus die to a charisma and oh my god, excuse me, and intimidation chest. Okay. So she's going to roll against you.
Gasp.
We're just gonna see. Okay. I was gonna laugh if it was gonna be like 30 dice.
She's not that hard.
The most
she
I
a
ever
wild
got up
card?
to is a 12 die check, and that was just like,
So she goes, one moment. She pulls out her phone. Click, 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 click. We have someone who is refusing to leave the premises.
Bar brawl.
Please.
drive, Valerie, drive!
Yes, we need help now. Hang up. Now, if we're done posturing and acting the fool, would you please leave before I'm forced to do something very unpleasant?
I had heard
Just-
such good things about you guys. I'll have to make sure that people hear otherwise.
That's just fine. After all, we are a music and drinks establishment. If people don't enjoy what we sell, that is up to personal preference, I suppose.
Or the quality. I'm going to say as I just turn and walk off.
Oh, girl.
Nice. Parting shots.
Girl.
So as you walk, out of the private area into the club, you see, 4 or 5, not quite as massive as you, but still big dudes. They're not converging on you, but they are very present. They're there. They're like, we hope we don't have to do anything, but we're here. And she watches you make sure you leave. Silas, he hasn't come out. And this has been like 20 minutes.
As I'm heading off, I got this Bears jersey on over my shirt. I'm just gonna pull that off and chuck it at one of the guys as I'm leaving, going out the door.
Joke's on you, I like the Bears.
Lord. You know what? During my entire time in there, I am actually going to call the loud one.
Okay. Call can be placed. Go ahead.
Yep. I'm doing it. I'm gonna call her. Be like, this is gonna be.
Okay.
So let's before we actually resolve that, I need to use the restroom real quick. So let's take a quick one, and I'll be right back to resolve that. Okay?
Perfect. Yep. Thanks.
Okay.
We'll be just a sec, guys. Thank you for your patience.
Oh no, not at all. This is a beautiful train wreck that's going on.
Yeah. So be right back, guys. Be right back.
Bye.
Hey, you bring the wall.
Alright, guys, I have returned. We'll see who else is here. Alright.
Here, just muted.
Yeah.
I'm here.
Oh, wow. All of the vampire chat. So yeah, this is gonna be real interesting. I get a feeling.
This is why you bring the muscle along to do the brain's work.
Yeah.
All you have is a hammer.
Everything is something you throw the hammer at.
Pretty much.
Oh man.
Lord. Lordy. Well, don't you worry. Good old Uncle Silas is gonna try and fix this real quick.
Oh God, this ought to be good.
Oh no. Don't mistake me saying that as me meaning I won't fix it myself. I ain't stupid.
Ah, okay, good.
Dumb, but I ain't stupid.
Well, I was just gonna say I'm stupid, but I'm not dumb. I mean,
Nah, I'll have you know I got two dots in my intelligence, though I'm not that bad.
Does anybody other than Valerie have more than 2 dots?
I don't know.
I'm not sure.
And what?
In what? Sorry, you cut out.
Intelligence.
I have 3.
Good. That's, not bad.
I'm smart. I'm just not.
does anybody
Charismatic.
other than Steven have more than a dot or 2 in strength?
I have 3 dots in strength and
I
4
got
dots
2.
in stamina.
Nice.
So-
I'll have you know I'm a shooter guy, so most of my dots are in dexterity.
Nice.
Yeah. All of
just so
mine are
you-
in composure. I have
Just,
4 in that.
just so you know there, Silas, most shooting is actually in the system composure.
Paul,
Because it's about your
can-
breathing.
don't ruin my good time now.
I'm just letting you know.
Wait, is it really?
Yes.
Yes.
It's okay. I actually have 3 dots in composure, so I'm still
Really?
So here's the deal. When you're shooting at Steven and he's able to blitz you across 40 meters within the span of a second or two, you need composure.
The thinking is dexterity is for probably duels or shootouts at high noon.
I got
But composure for normal firearm skill.
well again.
Really?
I'm really glad to.
Okay, you broke up. I'm sorry. But yes. So the minute
The point.
you may want to disconnect and reconnect, man.
God, son of a.
Well, you're
not to cut out.
I was gonna say you're self-editing. I love this. This is great. But
How am
anyway,
I now?
little robot, but we can hear you.
Okay.
All right. So are we ready to continue with the phone call to the talkative one?
Yeah.
Yep, I'm here.
Okay, talkative one. Your phone goes off. Sorry, Yvette.
That's totally fine. I understand. I'm gonna say she is probably still with Samuel at this moment. So
Yeah,
she's
most likely.
So the phone is going to go off and go off and go off. It's going to keep ringing on your end.
Yeah,
I meant on Silas's end. It's just going to keep ringing.
God. The one time I actually need to talk to her and she's just gonna fucking ignore.
I mean, I would. If we have our phones handy, and I think Stephen texted us, and then I don't quite have a grasp of the timeline. If
So this is going to be
Val?
after he had texted you, long after he texted you.
oh, okay. Well then, yeah, I can pick up the phone.
Because he texted you guys if everyone was okay and if they needed help, and then we had this adventure.
Yeah, if the burner phone started going off, Samuel's going to be like, oh, that can't be good.
Oh, all right. Let's see. Give me one moment. I'm so sorry. And she's gonna flip open the call and put it up to her ear and say, "Talk to me."
Hey, so we got a little bit of a thing going on here at the mill. So
Good thing or bad thing?
well, definitely not a good thing. See, I got whiff of something that smelled funny, both literally and figuratively, at the back. But there was some guard people standing there, and I was like, oh well, I'm just gonna call the talkative one to come in here and do that. And I motioned for Steven to follow me out, and he didn't follow me out, and it's been about 10 minutes or so. So if you want to get here and maybe do your talky thing so that cops aren't called, that'd be super great.
In 10 minutes? You said it's only been 10 minutes?
It's been closer to like 20.
I'm gonna look at the clock on the phone and be like, oh nope, my bad. It's been about 20.
I'm sure he's fine. Doesn't he strike you as the kind of gentleman who enjoys some smooth jazz occasionally?
He strikes me as the exact opposite, actually.
Yes, I agree. All right.
And I want to get back into that back room, and you're the only one I know who's good with the talking. So.
All right. I'm not really dressed for it.
It's fine. Everybody here looks like, well, they look like all different kinds. You'll be fine.
I'm oof. Oh,
I literally walked in half hobo clothes. You'll be fine.
Fine, I'll think about it.
Appreciate it.
She hangs
Then
up
I'm
on
just
you.
gonna. Damn. Well, I knew it wasn't gonna be pleasant, but yeesh.
Oh, God bless Silas. It's
Am I-
amazing.
Walking out of the.
Yeah, so at this
Listen.
point, you're walking out of the club.
Ah, finally.
Okay.
God, where were you at?
it-
I'm not
Where-
waiting at the door, but close enough where I could come to the door to see what the hell was going on.
Okay, Chris had said
well,
something.
As soon as you come out, I'm gonna go ahead and tell you. Yeah, I'm sure that this is the place. I may be wrong, out of character, but Steven is sure that this is the place.
Well, I mean, I just called Yvette, so she's going to, hopefully show up and talk her way into the back. And you didn't try anything dumb while you were in there, did you?
No, I just talked to them, and they're really protective of their back
I mean, wouldn't you be?
portion of the building. So why don't we get that shadow man? He can come in and do his thing, and he could get in there easy.
Well, I mean, God, where did he go again? I don't even thinking.
He was with the Bloodmobile, so we could message the blood.
Why don't you just go ahead and send Miss Valerie a text, and I'm going to go hang back up on the roof until somebody shows up.
So, all right, you Valerie a text and say that we found the place, and you guys should come help us check it out.
Okay. So to minimize how much we have to spend doing driving time, because that's riveting thing to listen to and play, are you who are in the Bloodmobile actually going toward the Green Mill or no?
Well, if you remember, we were just sitting there
Oh,
in the
right.
parking lot.
You were.
And she had sent out a text to everyone to see what they were up to and wasn't going to go anywhere until she got a response.
That's what we were doing. I'm so sorry. Yes.
Even though Becker was very eager to go somewhere.
Right. That's why that's why I had that in mind, because Becker is contagious. So
Where'd you go?
come on. No.
Have a
boy.
food at home. So,
He's a good boy.
So you will get a text from Steven.
The
I'm not
words
sure.
have barely left your mouth, and you get a text.
Hey guys. Okay, yeah. So what is the text? What did you put your name as? I'm sorry, Steven. In the phone.
The muscle.
So yeah, you get a text from the muscle.
I'm gonna need an actual list, like posted in VR or the
Yeah,
V5 group chat,
will-
so I can see
repeat
this.
that.
Yeah, we will make that happen.
Okay, cool.
I can find
And then
my
we will
phone in
pin
the
it.
dark. But yeah, the message will say we definitely found the place. because Stephen is sure that this is the place, and you guys should come help us out.
Becker will say,
Oh,
ask
okay.
him how many guns I should bring.
I'm not going to ask him how many guns you
Ask him how many guns I should bring. He'll know what I mean.
I think everyone knows what you mean.
I need your
Clear.
yeah. I don't think there's a
There's very little ambiguity.
meeting there. Yeah.
Yeah, but he's a very, very blunt tool.
I think I'm going to rephrase it.
Fine, just let me know if we need to stop by my house, because I don't have any on me. And if we need guns, I need to stop by my house.
Basically, she's going to text back, is a fight imminent?
No, we need someone who can get into the shadows.
Okay, then she's going to be all right. Okay, Becker, yes. I think we're going to need to use your shadow abilities, not your marksmanship.
Why'd you say it all like that?
What do you mean? Like what? This is how I talk.
Never mind.
This is my diction. Learn some.
Alright. Seatbelt on. And she starts
Safety first.
Fine. Is there a part of this blood bow thingy that I can change?
Well, the very back,
All right.
which is
Is
where
there any machines that'll break real bad if I touch them?
don't touch
Oh, yes.
anything.
Oh, good
The middle
heavens.
part is the lab. Don't touch anything in the lab.
So I'll grab my backpack or
Actually, maybe don't even pass through the lab, and I just won't look.
all right. And I
Because I
start
don't want to-
stripping and changing my clothes in the middle of the seat next.
Yep, she won't look. She doesn't care that much.
Not so
But
much.
she'd rather him not, fuck around with her lab.
You do get some woos as you're driving down the road. Take it all off. No. So yeah, you change, no problem. And yeah, so you're on your way to the Green Mill. So what about Samuel and Yvette? What are you two doing about this situation that has arisen? I think we're going to call it after we figure out what everyone's going to do, because we're sitting at
Yeah.
3.5 hours.
Sure,
I
sure.
gotta go soon.
So Samuel, you heard half of that conversation, and you heard Yvette close with, "I'm not really dressed for it. Fine, I'll think about it." And then she kind of hung up on the phone. And she looks at Samuel and says, "Well, they've unfortunately had some bad luck at a certain destination tonight, and they'd like for me to come and try and help them out."
Well, interesting. Well, I suppose you can go help them, and I myself will go help Silas at the Green Mill, I think.
Oh, well, that's the location I was referring to.
Not reconnaissance, then. They went inside, didn't they?
I'm led to believe that. Yeah, yes, yeah.
Samuel just kind of does that face palm, rubs his eyes, and he's like,
I'm not going. I'll be perfectly blunt. Everyone's going to be on high alert, and I am wearing leggings. I'm not going.
I mean, distraction? Diversionary tactics?
She's not dressed for the occasion, and she's not gonna do it.
My God.
Cut to Silas sitting on the roof, just being like, "I feel a disturbance."
Oh my
I
goodness.
feel like all of our characters would feel a disturbance.
What's amazing though is Becker had the exact same reaction of, all right, gotta change.
Oh wow, puppers.
Yeah, they're playing in the background. My husband's just letting me.
Being cute.
Pet the puppers for us. Okay, so Samuel is going to go.
Ethan is like, we need Becker, and Silas is like, we need Yvette.
Two very, very, very different approaches to a situation.
Yes.
So yeah, that basically tells Samuel, I'm not going. And I hope that he can tell she's telling the truth.
Oh, this evening just got more interesting than I would have cared to have wanted.
Listen, well, they're on their own. They've made their bed and they can sleep in it. They were supposed to do reconnaissance and they decided that... wait, scratch that. She doesn't know what happened. That's me
It's
talking
true.
out my mouth. So she'll say, well, they've made their bed and they'll have to sleep in it, I suppose. And we can check again another night.
Yes, perhaps when the hornet's nest isn't so kicked, as it were.
For sure. Well, I'll take a date. We'll go and have a night of it and see what we can find.
Very well. I will find another avenue to approach, I suppose.
Excellent. I have full faith and confidence in you, Mr. Reddington.
Aw.
I will try not to misplace that trust.
And she's gonna laugh and just kind of give you like a little toodaloo wave and kind of say goodbye and walk away, basically.
After she leaves, Samuel's just gonna rub his eyes again and be like, oh. And they wonder why Nos always work by themselves.
And
perhaps another avenue. And he's going to walk off.
okay, and I think that'll be our parting camera shot of the episode, and we'll pick it up next session. I thank you guys for making this way more exciting than I had planned for. That's not what I was going with when I thought what was going to happen. I love my players. And I guess we'll just pick up next time. So thanks, everybody, for hanging out with us. We do appreciate it. And I hope you join us next time. Have a good night, everybody.